If you're listening to the replay of this live, be sure to punch that like and subscribe button. And let me know and drop it below your 2 cents. Be sure to help support the channel by hitting the Cash App at $2 cents boxing or hitting the heart with the $sign and just leaving the special thanks below, letting me know you enjoy the content. 11/23/2025. Hi, welcome to the channel. I'm Jake, and this is our 2 cents, where we talk everything boxing, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. In today's live, we will be discussing Devin Haney runs to smoke, Canelo Crawford 2, and Bienvedes stops Yarde. But before we do that, make sure you punch that like and subscribe button, and make sure you let me know and drop it below your 2 cents as we go throughout the video. Make sure you help support the channel by hitting the Cash App and $2 boxing, or let me know and dropping it below your 2 cents in the Cash App below. I think for like every $10 or every dollar somebody donates to the channel, that's like 10 views or something like that. I'm gonna find out exactly what the numbers are. So we're not doing hundreds of thousands of views over here and nothing like that. So y'all be sure to help support the channel, because believe it or not, it does take time and money to run a YouTube channel. So how's everybody doing? I'm gonna let a couple of more people pull up in here. Man, I've been around these YouTube streets. There's a lot of people that's excited about Devin Haney winning. There's a lot of people that's shocked that Devin Haney won, which I really don't understand. But, you know, a lot of people talking about what's next for Devin Haney. A lot of people say Devin Haney runs to the smoke. Devin Haney runs to the smoke, and I agree. But what they don't tell you is that he bumped into a couple of mirrors on the way. Yeah, he bumped into a couple of mirrors on the way. But we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna let the Devin Haney fans have it. But I gave my 2 cents before the fight. That was Devin Haney's fight to lose, in my opinion. I didn't understand what people really were seeing in Brian Norman at all for him to be able to beat Devin Haney. Like, I didn't really think he had a chance. He stood a chance. The only thing they could have banked on was that Devin Haney was still kind of shook from that Ryan fight. And, I mean, he was a little fidgety. You know what I'm saying? His eyes was a little wide. He didn't let his hands go like that. He wasn't first. It's still some criticisms to be given about Devin Haney's performances, even if he won, and that's okay with that. That's how it always is. If you're an athlete, whether you win or whether you lose, there are things that you can improve on. There are things that you can improve on. So to some people, they still may have that question mark there for Devin Haney. They didn't get to see him press. They didn't get to see that chin tested. They didn't get to see him under any type of real pressure. So some people still is going to be asking questions about Devin Haney. Because, see, and this is not a knock on Devin Haney. And if you feel like what I'm saying is taking credit away from Devin Haney, then that's on y'all. I'm not taking any credit away from Devin Haney. Shout out to Devin Haney. He went out there and did what he needed to do, put on his performance. But my focus is not on Devin Haney right now. My focus is on Brian Norman Jr., who people tried to tell me that Norman was the best 147-pounder. And I said, how? Nobody could explain to me how Brian Norman Jr. was the best 147-pounder. So, do y'all think that Brian Norman Jr. can still beat Ryan Garcia? Do y'all still think that Brian Norman Jr. will beat Rolly Romero? Do y'all even think that Brian Norman Jr. will beat Mario Barrios? I'm just asking. All of this, Brian was the best at 147 pounds. No, he wasn't. Gap Tooth Gang say Karen to smoke Brian Norman. Karen to smoke. He smokes him. He smokes Brian Norman. All of a sudden, Brian Norman became the best at 147 pounds just out of nowhere. Think about it. We had the whole Boots fiasco, right? Everybody was saying Boots ducking Brian Norman. I asked y'all then. I've been saying this. And you know what? Now that I'm thinking about this out loud, I didn't just start saying this about Brian Norman. I've been saying this since they've been talking about Boots is ducking Brian Norman. And I asked people why. Can y'all tell me why y'all think that Boots is ducking Brian Norman? Like, for what? For what reason? Boots would hospitalize Brian Norman Jr. I've been saying that since back then, and people wanted to argue with me then. Well, why Boots ain't? Why they only sent 1.7 million? Why they only this? Why they only that? The question is, why didn't they take the 1.7 million? To be honest with y'all, Flyer Frequency says, I believe Brian Norman Jr. beats crap down Rolly leg. Can you tell me how, Flyer Frequency? Can you tell me how? Because if we for real, Rolly is a better version of Brian Norman Jr. Not only does Rolly have power, He got better footwork. He got better ring IQ. He has a jab that he can. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? Like, y'all got to stop being so biased and just look at what these fighters are displaying. Y'all can act like y'all don't like Rolly and he trash all y'all want to. But y'all are the same people that told me Brian Norman Jr. was the best at 147 pounds and he was about to go dominate Devin Haney. Can you tell me, like, what are we talking about? And Devin Haney is big as hell, y'all. Like, that guy is huge, man. Devin Haney was huge in that ring. Devin is big, man. Golly. Devin Haney is big. Rolly is trash and would lose to Norman. Like Devin Haney lost to Norman in NHA. Y'all can keep saying he trash all y'all want to. But if Rolly is trash, please tell me what is Brian Norman Jr. Explain that to me. If Rolly is trash, what is Brian Norman Jr.? Isaiah, what you doing? Say 2 cents. Can we agree that the snack was working last night? Hey, if he was scientifically prepared, he was scientifically prepared. Which it is what it is. But scientifically prepared or not, Brian Norman Jr. was not about to go in there. The only shot he had really was to catch Devin Haney with a lucky shot. And he got dropped, like I told y'all, because his footwork is trash, his stance is too wide, and he leaps in for shots. So he was bound to get dropped. Devin Haney should have dropped him a couple of more times. And this is my issue, right? That's cool. You won the fight. You're a pure boxer. That's cool. But for me, as a fan of boxing, when you have an opponent hurt or you have the obvious speed advantages and things over opponents, for me as a fan, I would like to see my favorite fighter try to get the other opponent out of there. That's what I would like to see. I don't want to see you, I got him hurt in the second round. I'm just gonna coast the rest of the fight. But this is my 2 cents. This is me as a fan. I don't want to see my fighter in there coasting the rest of the fight for 10 rounds because you knocked him down in the second. I don't know. You got him hurt. You go get it. What are you doing? What are you doing? If I see my son in the ring and he has a clear advantage over the fighter and they tired or they showing some sign, they just blocking, they not throwing punches no more, and you still patting around and jabbing, I'm looking at my son like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? If I knock you down in the second, bop, bop, easy too. You jump right into it. Bop, bop. Why am I going to coast the rest of the fight? And that was my issue with Devin in the Ramirez fight. You taking these angles, you got the shots, you have the clear speed and athleticism advantage over this fighter. Why are you not taking the opportunities? That's what I don't understand about Devin. I don't understand it. People are like, oh, well, Devin is a pure boxer. Okay, but what does being a pure boxer have to do with using your advantages and dominating a fight? I'm just asking. Because that's something that's going to have to be looked at, depending on who Devin's opponents are in his future fights. Now, I said before the Ramirez fight, before Devin Haney came back, that Devin Haney can come back. He has an opportunity to be successful. I love a good comeback story, but he's going to have to be moved strategically. He's going to have to be moved the proper way. He's going to have to be moved the proper way. And I don't have no problem with it. It's not a diss to Devin Haney or nothing like that. It's boxing. It is what it is. So everybody want to say Devin Haney runs to the smoke. Okay. Devin Haney runs to the smoke. But he going to bump into a few mirrors. On the way. So what's next for Brian Norman? What if Brian Norman lose every fight he get into from now on? That man was never the best at 147 pounds. Like, y'all need to take that shit back. Take that back. If you told me that Brian Norman Jr. was the best at 147 pounds, I need you to type in my chat, I take that stupid shit back. Yeah, take it back. Haney a good fighter. He was holding too much, but that was on them to have a game plan to overcome that. And think about that. Think about all the grabbing that Devin Haney was doing. When Rolly fought Pitbull, the referee stopped the holding because the clinching. Because if Rolly would have been able to keep getting the shots off and clinching and leaning and laying all on Pitbull, that might have been a different fight. But the referee did not stop Devin from clinching. But I honestly believe that Norman was doing some clinching too. I can't put all the clinching on Devin. Because I feel like Norman was doing some clinching too, because for whatever reason, Brian Norman can't even get his shots off without smothering his punches. And y'all talking about this the best fighter at 147 pounds. The man can't even find his range. I think Big Dog Willie just come in here and type stuff. Because what are you talking about, Big Dog Willie? Brian Norman was the number one champion of the division. That's a fact, not an opinion. What is him being the number one champion of the division? What does that have to do with anything that I'm talking about, Boxing Hacker? Can you tell me? Just because you're the number one champion of the division doesn't mean you're the best in the division, clearly. Like, that's not how that works and what that shit mean, Boxing Hacker. That's not how it works. It's one loss. I think Brian Norman is still a good young fighter and will bounce back. Y'all love casting away fighters after one loss. Just like y'all did with Haney. First of all, who is y'all? Second of all, who's casting him away? Nobody's casting him away. I just asked the question. No, Brian Norman Sr. said it. He said the game plan was to rough Haney up, which played into Haney game plan, which was to tie Norman up when he got close. You can't rough nobody up when you can't even find your range. You can't. First of all, Brian Norman can't let no shots off unless his feet is flat and he planted. He cannot punch while moving. That was already going to be a problem, which I told y'all. Then he's smothering his punches so he can't find a range. That's another problem. Not to mention Devin is moving, rolling, slipping his punches. He's hella slow, telegraphing everything. Devin sees everything coming. All of that of which I told y'all before the fight. I don't understand. Now y'all want to act like, oh, it's just one loss. It's not about the win or the loss. It's about the things that his deficiencies and his flaws and the thing he lacked even before the fight. And even with all of that, y'all was trying to say that he's the best at 147-pound division, and he is not. Even if Boxing Hacker saying, oh, he was the number one because his name is on the list. No. They all got to mix it up at 147 pounds. That's why it's going to be exciting to watch. You don't get to deem Brian Norman Jr. as the best at 47, and then now Devin Haney beats him, and y'all just want to automatically say, well, Devin, that means Devin the best at 147. Y'all not getting away with that. Not with me. Not with me. You need to fight more people to be the best at 147 pounds. All this, I can fight one person and then say I'm the best in the whole category of other people. We're not doing that. We're not playing that game no more. That shit not flying over here on 2 Cents Boxing. It's not flying. It's not flying. If y'all want to think Devin is the best at 147, that's y'all 2 cents. I got to see everybody mix it up at 147 pounds. Because beating Brian Norman, to me, which is what I told y'all before the fight, I don't want to hear, oh, you moving the goalposts. I knew as soon as Devin won, everybody was going to change what they were saying. Go run the tapes back. I'm not changing nothing I've been saying. I've been saying this since the fight was announced. Go run the tapes back. This has always been my 2 cents. It ain't no best fighter at 154 pounds right now, thank Father. They all got to mix it up. Some people say Fundora is the best fighter at 54 right now. I say Jermell Charlo is still the best fighter at 154 pounds because he's a lineal champion. Ain't nobody beat him yet. He didn't lose them belts. Nobody beat him for them belts. So if you ask me, Jermell Charlo is still the best at 154 pounds. That's my 2 cents. That's my 2 cents. But they all got to mix it up because honestly, I can't definitively say Jermell Charlo is the best, like for real, because he got to go fight those guys. They all got to mix it up. Some people might say Boots is the best at 154 pounds. They all got to mix it up. We don't know. We don't know. NHA too. You cannot give Haney no king of 147 because he beat Brian Norman flat-footed ass. Like, stop it. Stop it. We're not doing that. We're not doing that over here. We're not doing that over here. I like Brian Norman, though. I hope he go get some more exciting fights. He can go back to top rank. They can keep matchmaking him, putting him in fights to make him look good and look decent. Maybe he can build back up. And I mean, people say Brian Norman got to start over and build back up, but why? If he only lost to Devin Haney, the face of boxing. Why do I got to build back up if I lose to Devin Haney? Like, he's supposed to be the greatest of all time. So why do I got to build back up? Devin Haney is definitely, I guess, somebody that's going to be a force to quote unquote reckon with at the 147 pound division. But we're gonna see who else Devin Haney gonna fight. I don't want to see Devin Haney fighting people coming up from smaller weight classes to 47. No, I want to see you mixing it up with the people that's at 47 now, going to unify, going for undisputed or whatever the case may be. But I wonder if that rhetoric gonna change. He got a belt now. Is it gonna be, oh, I'm a 3-division champion? I'm not worried about the belts. I'm not worried about unifying. I'm just looking for the big fights and the big money. Is that gonna be what we gonna hear, or is he gonna go for undisputed at the 147 pound division? That's my question. Hayno's clan, what is it? Are we gonna hear the I'm just looking for the big fight talk, or are we gonna hear I'm going for undisputed talk from Devin the Dream turned to a Nightmare Haney? Rick, you could say all you want about what Mel did at 168, but what he did at 154 still stands. It still stands. We're going to see, Tony, what he going to say. I'm asking. I never said he said the belts didn't matter. I'm asking if he about to go for undisputed, or is he going to be looking for the biggest fights? Because he's a 3-division champion. He's already been undisputed. Because I think I've heard them say that before already, honestly. I think I've heard them say that before already, honestly. See, because what I don't like is the flip-flopping between, oh, I'm looking for legacy fights. Oh, I'm looking for big money fights whenever it's convenient for them to dip and dodge around certain things, right? Sometimes they want to hide behind the legacy that why they not taking a fight. Sometimes they want to hide behind the money why they not taking a fight. So I'm going to kill all that right now because I've already heard them say, he might have said it in that interview before he fought Ramirez about how he was looking for the big fights. But we're going to see. We're going to see. I can't definitively say he said that because I can't remember where I heard it. I can't remember where I heard it. But we're going to see what's up for Dev. I'm glad he came back. I'm glad he seems to be. Now, I'm going to give my honest 2 cents, right? He still seems to be a little jumpy. Like, could y'all agree with that? He still is like a little, you know what I'm saying? He's a little jumpy. Could y'all agree with that? He was a little jumpy. His eyes were still a little wide in that ring. He was on high alert. He was not trying to get hit by Brian Norman. Creole say I was wrong too, since Dev can whoop the elderly and the youngest. Man, Brian Norman ain't had nothing for Devin Haney, y'all. I tried to tell y'all that for weeks and weeks and weeks. I tried to tell y'all for weeks and weeks and weeks. And I mean it's not no, I'm not gonna say I'm not a Devin Haney fan. I am a Devin Haney fan, but I'm just subjective. I don't think Devin Haney gonna beat Ryan Garcia in a rematch. To be honest with y'all, I just think it's a terrible style matchup. I don't see Devin Haney beating Ryan Garcia. So if Ryan Garcia because if you think about it, right, after this fight, Devin should have been screaming Ryan Garcia name. He should have been screaming Ryan. I want Ryan next. Ryan. Just to give my 2 cents. Ryan Garcia go get this belt from Mario Barrios. Y'all think he gonna unify with Ryan Garcia? Dundrick and them say these niggas talking about Tank more than Devin. I'm just ignoring them talking about Tank. We're not even talking about Tank. We talking about Devin. It don't matter what fighter we talking about. Y'all steady bouncing on Tank Johnson, and I don't understand why. It's boxing. You're supposed to avoid getting hit or try your best not to. Who said you're not supposed to do that? Y'all, why wouldn't Ryan want to rematch Haney? Shout out to Big Dog Willie with the $10 in the super chat. Why do they keep rearranging my sounds? He says Tankamaniac's rough year timeline. Tank took a knee, gets a draw with the 130-pounder. Shakur masterclass performance. Jake Paul fight announced and canceled. Devin whooped Norman. The Tankamaniacs are shook. Shout out to Big Dog Willie with the $10 in the super chat. I don't know what you talking about, but this ain't got nothing to do with Tank. Ryan whooping Devin ass. Devin ain't whooping his peers. Fuck a belt. Devin should want to fight Ryan regardless, and Devin have a belt, so it will be a belt on the line. Tank ain't fought nobody. What up, Jason? What's going on? I mean, I've been going for about 30 minutes. So I'm going to drop the link. Yeah, I know I'm not on here that long today. I mean, shout out to Devin Haney. Like, shout out to Devin Haney. I'm not going to really go in yet. I'm going to let everybody enjoy the win for everybody to be crying about how I'm discrediting. But I'm going to be honest, though. I'm going to be honest. We got to keep it real. Y'all tried to label Brian Norman as the best in the division for what? For why? Like, for why? Like, what? What did he do to make y'all think he was the best in the division? Knock people out? Because when other people knocking people out and got power, it ain't all about power. It ain't about just knocking people out. Nobody's relying on nobody to beat Devin. Why do Tank fans care about who beats Devin? Big Dog Willie. That don't make no sense. No Tank fans are worried about who beats Devin. And y'all really give a lot of what's the word? Y'all just giving a lot of cool points for this knockdown. Like, shout out to Devin for getting the knockdown, but golly, y'all acting like it's just Debo Dev knocked him down in the second. Debo Dev knocked him down. Come on, man. Shout out to Devin for getting the knockdown, but we not gonna Johnson bounce with the seatbelts and the helmets on. Like, he just KO'd him in the second. So I heard a rumor that we could possibly be getting a Canelo Crawford 2. Canelo Crawford 2. What y'all think about that? Canelo Crawford 2. Yup, Dondrick Dev did his thing, and you well paid in full at. Y'all was talking big shit. Especially you, Dondrick. You was talking big shit the whole time. I need like a $20 donation to the channel from you. You ain't paid in full. That boy paid in full was like, how the fuck Brian Norman Jr. ain't no good boxer? Box where? Box where? What fight did y'all see where Brian Norman ever showed y'all he could box? Please drop the link. Rick Tim say, hell no, please no Bud versus Canelo too. I said if I was Bud, I wouldn't take it. But I think that Canelo won more rounds in that fight than people want to be honest about. If they want a rematch, I guess they'll rematch. I'll watch it. But I mean, who wants to see Bud fight anybody really? I mean, he's the best fighter to infinity and beyond. Who gonna beat him? So at this point, Bud fight whoever. You watch it, you don't. I don't think it's going to be a fight you're going to really be a build up to or anybody's going to be excited about. Like, it's just, I think Bud he's finished boxing. He's completed boxing. He's completed boxing. Yeah, Jason, the best fighter to infinity and beyond. I'm telling you. Best fighter in the universe, in the multiverse. Even if he became undisputed at 160, it's like, so okay, 4-time undisputed. Woohoo. Whoop-de-doo. It's not like you got no memorable runs or like you got 20 belts in 7 fights. Why nobody celebrating Conor Ben for chasing greatness and moving up 2 weight classes for a real legacy fight in a rematch? You should have been embarrassed for losing the first fight. The man could barely stand up. And you hype because you the fighter that you put a rehydration clause on coming down 2 weight classes that you lost to the first time, and the man could barely even stand up in the ring. People want to act like Conor Ben is not like want to be one of the best at 147 pounds. No, Conor Ben would not. Like, I don't know what y'all be watching or what y'all be looking for when y'all watch people fight or these fighters. I don't be understanding y'all analysis sometimes. Bud will go down his name on the same level as Sugar Ray Robertson and Floyd. I don't think so, Boxing Hacker. His name will not be on the same level as Sugar Ray Robertson and Floyd. He does have a lot of accolades. Kudos to him, whoop-de-doo. But that Sugar Ray and Floyd shit, you can kill that. You can kill that. Y'all wanna equate accolades, and it does not equate to that. It does not equate to that. Let me drop the link. I've been on talking for 35 minutes. There was no media hype behind the same thing that they celebrated Crawford for. No, I'm not dismissing. What did I say to dismiss accolades, Jason? Just because I say that don't equate to status, that's not dismissing accolades. We got Big Dog Willie on the panel.
Salute to all the Take a Maniacs.
What up? What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Great fight last night. Great fights, I should say. Let's start with. I just want to get this out the way. Start with Mason and Bam Bam did their things. Mason impressed me. And that dude he was fighting is a G. Those guys were going at it. Great fight for them. I want to see what's his name? Got a new fan in me. I forgot his name. Norman was fighting. I mean, not Norman, but Mason was fighting. I can't think of his name right now. But yeah, he has a fan. He's a soldier on that shit. Bam Bam, that dude was garbage. So I knew that was weak. My God, Benavidez, easy work for him. Easy work. After the fifth round, or the fourth round, man, that dude was gassed. I knew that dude, too much muscle. He get gassed very easily. And I said, by the time the sixth or seventh round, the fight was going to be over. And my guy came in there, got him out, and then Devin Haney. Oh man, the Tank of Maniacs. It hurts today. I know it hurts. I remember when I was a kid, and Hulk Hogan lost to Andre the Giant, and I was probably like 8, 9 years old, something like that, 7, and it hurt me. It hurt me bad, but I got over it. It's gonna be okay. This has been a rough year for the Tank of Maniacs, a really rough year, but it's cool. But go ahead, Boxing Hacker.
We got Boxing Hacker on the panel.
What's up, 2 Cent? What's going on? What's going on? That's right. That's all the haters screaming. I know. Yo, this has been a great year for boxing. Let's salute this year of boxing. First of all, we got to salute Turkey for putting on the best 2 cards of the year. Salute to that. Salute to Crawford for becoming the face of boxing and a generational talent. Salute to Debo Dev for jumping in there and proving all the haters. So many people were saying that he had no chance. Brian Norman was going to knock him out. Did y'all see the left hook that hit Naruto with? They would say all sorts of nonsense about him. And Devin came and proved them wrong, you know? And also shout out to Tank for well, we don't know what Tank did, they're still under investigation. So let's skip over what Tank did. But yeah. So like as far as the card yesterday, I thought the card was really good. I think, like I always said, I think Abdullah Mason fought the wrong fight. His particular fight was really exciting, but I think it was the wrong fight, I think he should definitely box, because at the end of the day, Thanos is good, but if you're that athletic, why are you taking punishment? Like the less punishment you take, the longer your career goes, Like I said, I think Devin did a good job. I did feel like he could have been a little bit more active towards the end, just to make sure. But I still think he did a great job, especially in the beginning. His jab was really good. And I kept saying that Devin was faster than Brian Norman. I think people look at mitts and they're just like, oh, his mitts look fast, so he must be fast. It's a little bit more than that. Devin's jab couldn't miss when he threw it, As far as Yarde and Bienvedes, I mean, Yarde was huge. That guy looked like Shao Kahn from Mortal Kombat. That guy's muscles were crazy. I didn't expect him to have gas after the 5th round, with all that muscle, because muscle takes up way too much oxygen, and he had way too much muscle. So it pretty much played out the way I thought. I thought maybe early on, they'll be go back and forth, but then after Yarde got a little bit more like fatigue, he would just get stopped, If Benavidez, I think he's switching divisions, but if he stays there and fights like a Bivol or Beterbiev, I think that's problems, man. I just think Yarde's muscles just took away too much oxygen for him to continue fighting. But yeah, I'll start with that. Salute to you, 2 Cent.
Shout out Dondrick Nim on the panel. What up, Dondrick?
Salute, family. I wanted to start off with I want to say Vito Milnicki. I think he opened that card up. People weren't talking about him. Vito did a good job that fight. I think he improved, because I like Vito, but he didn't show me nothing in the last 2 fights he had. So
hold on. Let me.
Huh? You cut out 2 cents. 2 cents.
That fight. The meeting. I felt like he was bullshitting a little bit.
Who Vito?
2 cents, you're cutting out. 2 cents, you're cutting out.
You cutting out. You cutting in and out.
Hold on. Let me fix it.
Okay. Yeah, I like the performance by Vito. Then there was the Abdullah fight. Yeah, Abdullah could have made that fight so much easier, but you can see that he's a young guy and he likes to fight. And some people doing that boxing, they'll lose focus. So his way of keeping focus is he got to get in fire. Some people have to do that. Some people don't. But hey, I love the performance. It was the best fight on the card, hands down. Nobody can say anything different. That was the best fight on there. And Sam Noakes, he's better than I thought he was. Like, he's more sturdy. I think another fighter could outbox him, but Abdullah showed that you can stand in there and fight with him too. Then there was Bam. That wasn't even a fight. He was just toying with the dude from the beginning of the fight. But he's showing that he's in the lower weight classes, he's the one. I think he's the one that's gonna give anyway a run if he ever makes it to him. But hey, I see that. Then there's the Brian, Norman, and Devin. I picked Brian Norman. I was wrong. Hey, Devin showed me that jab was good. I wish he needed more output. I think he could have stopped Brian. I said it a lot of times. Like, he might stop Brian because I don't think Brian ever recovered after he got dazed. I don't think he ever recovered that whole fight. So I think Devin could have stopped him at any time. But you know what? Hey, he got the win. I'm congratulating him. He did a good job. Hey, then there's Bienvedes. First of all, I told people this before. He was gonna beat the hell out of Yarde. And when he hit Yarde with them 37 left hooks, I was like, yeah, this fight over with. Because after that, Yarde looked around and was like, what the hell just happened? And I was like, yeah, it's over. So, yeah, but that was a good card. I enjoyed the card. I mean, it was there's some lulls in it, but overall, it was a good card. And I liked it. It was a good night of boxing.
Jason William, this is false. He said Abdullah didn't make adjustments. He absolutely made adjustments. Noakes was relying on timing. Abdullah did nothing to offset Noakes' timing. He did make adjustments, and he started going to Noakes' body to offset his timing and punching when he punched. So I don't know what fight you was looking at, Jason.
I thought he did.
Maybe you just don't know what you're looking at.
He definitely made adjustments.
No,
it might not be the right adjust. It might not have been the best adjustments, but he did make adjustments on the inside because of the first part of the fight, he was getting hit way more than the second half of the fight. He did take a little kind of a half step back, and then he come back in. So he moved a little bit more in the second half of the fight too. So
he got hit less because
he went and he started digging to the body them last three.
He started in the beginning too. There ain't no adjustment.
Nah, he didn't do it enough. Adjustment doesn't have to be something huge. It doesn't have to be a crazy. It can be a minute change.
He was making adjustments. Y'all sound
like they only think adjustments is since I'm power punching now I'm just gonna box. Now that's my adjustment. Or you think you're in a power puncher. No, now I'm gonna box. No, it's not like that. Adjustments can be little things like since like when Noakes was coming in with his head first, Abdullah would start digging to the body again. And that would make Noakes step back a little bit and think about it. It's like, yeah, it was different because he hurt Noakes to the body. And Abdullah has to understand when he's hurting people too. Because he hurt Noakes a couple times and he didn't finish him. So he does have things to work on.
He tried to.
No, you can tell he was trying, but if you understand, he started digging to the body and he stopped and he started going back to headhunt. He should have kept at the body. He didn't know Noakes was hurt to the body like that.
He knew he was hurt. He just couldn't do anything about it.
Yeah.
He could have. He definitely could have sidestepped and kept hitting him to the body.
He kept backing Noakes up with them body shots. Bow, Noakes back up.
Then he'd go back to the head. I'm telling you, go back and look. I watched it again. He would go right back, start head hunting again.
He was trying to get a knockout. And
he was trying to get a knockout, but he wasn't doing. I'm telling you, he wasn't digging to the body like he was supposed to.
I understand what you're saying, but he was trying to get a knockout.
So he said he was digging to the body for like 25% around. He should have been doing that 50% because he could have stopped him if he would just
kept investing to that body. He should have kept investing. He should have
kept going. He just kept
trying to get a head knockout. He was trying to knock him out. And I think that was a mistake.
To get him off of him.
Yeah, he should have. He was trying to knock him out. He should have been trying to stop him.
Yeah, he was trying to knock him out.
He should have been trying to stop him.
I mean, it was a good fight.
Which is two different things.
He took a lot more shots than she could have, but this is my thing. Like, why do people be like, he gets hit too much? He gets hit too much. Come on, guys. He was fighting on the inside. He was fighting a rough fight. he's going to get hit in a fight like that. He wasn't fighting on the outside.
He does
trying
get
not
hit too
to
much,
get
though.
hit. He wasn't trying to do none of that. He was in there brawling. He was fighting
He
like a
does get
dog
hit.
in
That's
there.
not the
He's gonna
first
get
fight.
hit.
That's not the first fight he gets hit like that. He gets hit a lot in all his fights.
All people
So-
get hit, nigga. If you ain't getting hit,
No. He gets popped. Yeah.
okay, it
Because
happens.
they favorite
So-
fighters ain't offensive like that, so they don't get hit.
but here's
If there's offensive fighters and there's defensive fighters, he's a special offensive talent that needs to work on his defense. It's
Yeah, that's
okay.
what I'm saying.
his style doesn't
But
work.
y'all
That's what
make
I'm
it
saying.
seem like, okay, no one, y'all don't like that type. But a lot of other people love that style of fighting. He's going
Nobody
to
don't like
he's
it.
going to get more fans and he get more recognition for fighting that type of fight instead of boxing on the outside, which he could have easily did because when he wanted to, he did.
Hold on, let me say this real quick. I've been checking out my analytics lately, and y'all been in here watching and not punching the like button. So at the very least, punch the like button. If you listen to the replay, hype me up. Hit the little hype up thing, you know what I'm saying? So we get more people over here joining on the conversation and they can give their 2 cents. Y'all be sure to help support the channel. Cash App, $ 2 cents boxing, or let me know and drop it below your 2 cents in the Cash App. I need 100 likes before I get off the live today. So if you in here watching, if you hate watching, sneak watching, punch the like button, dislike button, whichever one, it don't matter. Just punch one of those buttons. And y'all can say whatever y'all want about Abdullah Mason getting hit too much. Obviously he can work on his defense, but that doesn't take away from the special talent that he is and the way he's able to mix it up on the inside or the outside. That says a lot about him as a fighter.
He's a special talent, right? But the problem is that his style doesn't warrant what he's doing. So, like for instance, like right now, I work for Sam Noakes, but like if he was to fight somebody like Pitbull's style sort of warrants that head-to-head collisions type, because he's the way he's balanced and stuff like that. So it'll be to Pitbull's advantage. If you're just used to fighting that way, you're gonna put yourself in a disadvantage when you don't need to be. His stance alone shows that he should be athletic, he should be moving, he should pop the jab, he should engage when he knows it's time to engage, like be like a pure boxer puncher.
No,
He wouldn't fight people like that. That'd be
y'all
dumb.
want him to be somebody that he's not, and that's y'all problem. Y'all want everybody to be like somebody that they're not. He has to make his own adjustment. You can't tell him how to make his own adjustment. He has to learn. This is his first big step up fight. First of all, it was supposed to be a hard fight, and you're glad that he went through this fight now instead of fighting somebody else and getting who might have really been a real puncher. Like Sam Noakes is a puncher, but he might Adela Santos or something like that. They might have took his head off, but he can learn now. Like, hey, I can't keep taking it. Even in the interviews after the fight, he said, I fought his fight when I could have made it easier on myself. He said, but I wanted some smoke. So it's like, hey, he knows he has to adjust. And that's him being aware, like, hey, I need to do better with my defense. So hopefully the next time we see him out, he'll be better on defense.
Yeah, I mean, it's not about defense. He just needs to move.
Rich, what's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
I keep hearing this Abdullah that. Abdullah look good, right? But the thing is, like I said yesterday, I feel like that he got him and Boots, even Gary Antoine Russell, they got a thing when they just, it's like they don't, as right now, as far in their career, they don't, I think Boots getting there, matter of fact, let me hold that thought, Boots is getting there. But they'll be way much more talented if they pick their shots right. If they just, like if they not just so quick to get a knockdown and they not so quick to just throw punches and shit like that. If you see the way that, I'm not trying to like bring niggas up, but if you see the way Shakur fight, if you see the way Tank fight, if you see the way that Terrence Crawford fight, even Floyd Mayweather fight, when they pick their shots, it was meaning something, or it's meant that it's meant for something else to come after it. You know what I'm saying? It's just that's the difference between a person that's just throwing punches and shit like that. I feel like once he get to that point where he could just chill, relax, and every shot that he throw means something and shit like that, then he'll definitely be a better fighter.
He's
I don't know.
still young, Ray. He's still young.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Hold on. Let me say this. Hold on. Y'all get the likes to 40 likes. I got 43 people watching, only got 26 likes. Please punch the like button. Punch the like button. Let me get to 40 likes. And let me say this to Rich real quick. Everybody's style not the same, right? You can't what do I want to say? Like a fighter style is a fighter style. You feel what I'm saying? So
Right, but
maybe you
I ain't
can
finished.
see things they can do better or whatever, but their style is their style. Hold on, we're gonna let it keep going, but I gotta get the likes up to 40, at least 40 likes.
Yeah, I just like, but all I just wanted to say was that, nah, I'm just saying, if you look at a lot of people's careers, Shakur came out the gate picking and choosing his punches. But if you look at a lot of people's careers, they all start off like Abdullah Mesa, whether it's their first few fights or whatever, and then they realize that, oh, like I'm in the pros. This is a little bit different. So what Abdullah Mason saying that, I mean, what Boss Atkins said about, I don't know if he was being funny or something like that, but Abdullah Mason is only 20 years old when you think about it, man. He's young. He young. He gonna have enough time to choose. You know what I'm saying? So he have all the time to play around right now. I ain't gonna say play around, but find himself for real. He already know. He already found himself, but he got enough time to find himself some more. You know what I'm saying? Because I know they ain't gonna be rushing to put him in there with no none of the greats right now. None of the top people that we think of at 135 or at 140. So
They already ran out the division.
nobody ain't run out the division. Who ran out the division?
Shakur at 40, Keyshawn at 40.
Shakur not at 40. Shakur said he going back down to 135 after he
We'll
fight
see.
Tio.
We'll see.
That's what he said.
Mr. Moss, what's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
He might be going up to 140. Mason might go up to 140 before he does.
Hey,
Yeah,
salute
I bet
panel
he'll
in
be
chat.
next.
Salute
He'll be
panel
there
in
next
chat.
time.
Salute to 2 cents. Always great content. I won't keep you long. 2 cents. Mason, he cool. There's some flaws there. He get hit too much. Chins up in the air. Shotgun jab. He got it done though. The guy in there with him was tough, rugged. A grown man. You can see the strength in him. But I thought Mason could have made that fight a lot easier if he stuck to the jab and fought him on the outside. So again, he's young. He'll get better. There's mistakes there, but he got it done. But I feel like he could have got it done a lot easier if he would have came with a different game plan. But that's here and there. He got it done. He was exciting. But just for me, though, he gets hit too much for me. Bam Bam, cool. I mean, his guy was tough too. I thought he would have got him out of there a little bit sooner, but the knockout was fantastic. I was dead wrong about Devin and Brian. Devin looked great. He looked big. He looked strong. He wasn't running. He stood there. That check left hook was there the whole night, and that's what hurt Brian in the second round. And that made and also too, bro. I gotta be honest, and I'm wrong. Brian Norman's flawed, bro. No adjustments, no plan B, no plan C. Horrible at distance, bro. Throwing shots from outside of range. I mean, Devin saw the left hook coming from a mile away. There was no in between adjustments from Brian Sr. Just listen, bro. Like if you're gonna talk like that, Brian Sr., bro. I mean, come on, bro. Like, I mean, where's the coaching at? So there's no shame into losing to Devin, but Brian, bro, he went to bed last night. And then too, last but not least, David and Yarde. Again, Yarde's in the fight until he's not in the fight normally, but I thought David dominated from round 1 until it was over. Yarde again got backed up, fight on the back foot. David cornered him. And David Benavides is a master at inside boxing, range, distance, combination, volume puncher, and he does a great job at changing eye levels, midsection, up high, headshots. If David Benavides is not a top 2, 3, 4 fighter right now in the sport of boxing, then there's a problem. To me, there's Terrence Crawford, and then I got David right there at number 2. I mean, this dude can box. He can fight. He can box.
You got him over Mustard?
Oh yeah, I do, bro. Yeah, I do. I mean, for me, yeah. But
I hear you.
But overall, 2 cents, awesome card, great card. It kind of threw a little wrench in my plans because it came on a little bit earlier than we're accustomed to, obviously, in Saudi Arabia. But we gotta give Devin praise, fellas, in 2 cents. The dude looked fantastic. He wasn't jittery. He was, and listen, he looked bigger.
Jittery. I'm gonna have to disagree with that one.
You said Devin was jittery?
Yeah, he was a little skittish.
I thought Norman looked a little nervous 2 cents. Actually,
They
I thought
both
Norman was
did.
a little jittery.
Devin threw the same amount of punches he did in the Ramirez fight.
Well, listen, bro, don't count the
That
punches
means
he
he
threw.
was moving too much.
It wasn't what Devin. It wasn't the volume of number of punches Devin threw. It was what he threw and how he threw it. And
Nah,
so
I think what he did throw, it was effective, but I think he could
of
have.
course it was. Oh,
I think he
absolutely,
could have
bro.
won two Norman to death.
Look, I think the Rice is here.
I think he could have won two
Straight
of them
down
to
the
death.
middle because Norman
Straight
did not
down the
move
pipe.
either.
Well,
Brian Head
Norman's
was on the
head
line the whole
yeah,
night.
Norman's head
He
was.
could
I
have
mean,
just
there was no head movement.
flop,
I'm
body,
saying, like,
body, head. He
and-
could have beat
Hey,
the
hey,
dog shit
hey,
out of Norman.
hey, one thing about Devin Haney that I noticed though, right? He never looked like relaxed in a fight. He looked serious, like not serious. He looked like annoyed or like the whole time. The only time he looked relaxed when the fight was over.
He
Like it's
looked
like he
real
took a deep,
skittish in the fight.
like it's like when he finally took a good deep breath when the fight was over. Like he looked
you-
like he looked like a deer.
Hey, Rich. Hey, Rich. Are you
Like,
referring to Rich when Devin has his left hand low and it's kind of shaking a little bit? Is that what you're referring to?
No. I'm just referring to the whole
Okay.
fight. He looked like a deer with like the headlights coming at him. He
But I
just
think
looked.
I
He
think
looked.
that's just how he fights, though. I mean, I don't know. I mean,
That's like I don't know. He just don't never look relaxed. Like it just I don't know, man.
but can you be relaxed, Rich? I mean,
Yeah.
but can you be relaxed though?
You-
I mean, you can be
really
somewhat.
can't,
Yeah,
bro.
you can.
Hey,
Yeah, in a
you know
boxing
who
match,
look relaxed?
you're
Bam look
supposed to be
relaxed in the
relaxed. You're not supposed to.
Bam
I
look
feel,
relaxed in the
I feel,
motherfucker.
but if Bam look relaxed. I'm talking about like I ain't never seen Devin like he can't even sit back and like smile or talk to the nigga while he fighting or whatever like that. Nigga throw that like it's just like he like
Nah, it
I
ain't
ain't
no
know
boxing,
he
ain't no game, bro.
yeah it ain't no
You
game. He
locked in,
definitely
bro.
No
treated it
game
like a
out there,
game.
champ. Boxing ain't no motherfucking game. You can't play like that.
Yeah, first of all, yes, you can. First of all, if you too uptight in a fight, that's how you get clipped. That's how I know half of y'all ain't never motherfucking fought. Y'all be saying some stupid shit.
What's
You gotta be serious. If you're serious the whole fight, that's gonna. First of all, you're gonna tire yourself out. First of all, because
Yeah.
you're gonna be overexerting energy because you're too serious. So he does need to lighten up a little bit, and I think that's why he doesn't let his hands go because he's probably overthinking a little bit.
Nah, Jason Williams right
Nah,
about
he
that.
don't let his
Jason
hands
Williams,
go because he's a
he
skilled
was
boxer
relaxed.
and he's
That
very sharp with his
hey
punches, bro.
by the
He ain't
fact,
got shit to do about being relaxed.
Jason Williams said in the
What are you
comments
talking about?
when he knocked Brian Norman down, that's when he was like, oh my God, I think he took a good ass breath. He was like, ooh, I made it. I'm fighting somebody. I ain't fighting nobody. Yeah,
All right, we got Sin Ironheart on the panel. What's up, Sin Ironheart? What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
What up with everybody? First and foremost, been a long time no see. Good to finally get up here and break bread with your 2 cents. First and foremost, allow me to be the number one most consistent hater, if you may. I don't give a fuck about none of that shit Devin Haney did last night. That shit was not impressive to me. Good to him, good for him pulling off the win and all of that, but Rich already just spoke on it. 2 cent brought it up. Dude be looking like he in adrenaline rush mode, like his life is on the line the whole fight, or like he's skating on thin ice because he ain't no natural fighter. It's not really in his DNA. He's like a showman. You know what I'm saying? He shows up for the fight. It's his job, but this shit ain't in his soul. And now he's just trying to, he's just trying to wear the suit as good as he could and navigate it and find himself. But overall, the card was very good. I personally think that I like the Bienvedes fight best as opposed to the Abdullah Mason. But shout out to Abdullah Mason and his win as well. I think that the card kind of went, nothing really happened that was too surprising other than Devin dropping somebody or whatever. But he did just bury his big homie. So I figured that he had at least one snack punch in him. I kind of saw that coming as well, So that's just my 2 cents right there,
Yeah, that was the worst Devin take of the show. Yeah, that was the worst take of the show.
Hey, allow me to be the one. Y'all motherfuckers play too nice. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't get that soft ass nigga no credit.
Wow, no, he looked soft last night, bro. He looked soft last night, fellas.
I mean,
I
he
don't know
ain't
what, I
look
don't know what
soft
you
to
was watching.
he ain't look soft to probably somebody who might see
I don't know
themselves as
what I
soft.
don't know what you
See,
was
just
watching, bro.
buried his big homie.
I don't know what you was watching.
Yeah, he just had to put his big homie down. So I knew he was gonna show up. I knew he was gonna show up with a little
That was
something.
the worst take of the show so far.
Hey, it's all well and good.
So
I love it.
who y'all got? Who gonna
And
be
where
some
no
comp for
cap
Bam?
at, man?
Who gonna be some comp for Bam?
You said what?
Bam gotta move up. Bam gotta move up.
Yeah, he need to move up.
Yeah,
No, that I agree with. Yeah,
he
he
move up
must.
and lose up
He
anyway.
should move up. 2 cents.
The other guy came out looking good though. I ain't gonna lie. The other guy came
Well,
out
he
Who the
was
looking
hell
sturdy.
good.
He
is
was
it?
tough.
The first few rounds, he can't. The other guy was looking good, and then Bam just it's Bam.
I mean, he need
It's
to move up and
Bam.
fight anyway and go lose to
Man,
like
Bam played. Man,
Nakatani.
did y'all see the way Bam knocked the nigga out? Bam played like he was a little tired. His arms was all down. He was
Well, it was the same
man.
shot that Crawford hit Canelo with.
Yeah,
The like the pull
yeah.
over the So I mean,
Yeah, but Bam played. Bam played like he was. He wasn't really. Man, Bam, man. He like that, man.
no,
I
he
ain't gonna
nice,
say
bro.
nothing from
No, he
him.
nice, man.
Yeah,
And he's exciting, bro. He's exciting. And
That's
so
what
good.
Devin Haney missing, man. That's what we trying to
No,
tell you.
that's facts. 2 cents. That's facts.
That's what
he was
he's
exciting
missing.
to me.
Nah. I feel like Devin Haney. It's like Devin Haney after he felt like he won or whatever. I ain't saying it's a bad thing what he did. It's just like he went back to that Ramirez shit for real. Like at the end of the fight, and he was actually like Brian Norman. Like in some judges' eyes, they could have gave Brian Norman them
Well, one
rounds.
judge had it one what
No.
14.
I wouldn't. No. I don't agree with that. But I'm just saying,
No. I don't either, bro. Yeah. I don't either.
But what I'm trying to say is
I ain't come up here for nobody agreement. Fuck all y'all.
it was like with the Oscar De La Hoya and the other nigga when Oscar was winning, thought he was all the way up by running around and all that shit,
Trinidad.
throwing all them
But Rich,
rounds.
Devin ain't gonna
Devin,
press you like in the Regis Prograis fight. Devin pressed him once he knew the power coming back wasn't what it was. But I don't think Devin could have pressed him the way he pressed Regis with Norman, because Norman was still throwing shots late in the fight.
No.
That if
He
something
didn't have to
connects,
press him. He could have just threw more 1-2. He could just
or
let him
that's facts 2 cents. Yeah, no, you're right.
man,
You're right.
Devin stopped throwing the jab late on in them rounds. He stopped
Yeah,
throwing
he
it.
did.
It's like he was like I don't know what happened to him later
But
on
he
in the
did
rounds.
take away Norman's job because he was going over because he was countering over the top of Norman's job. So
Norman ain't no damn tap.
we said what you said.
Devin was still worried about getting hit.
Yo,
That man was still worried about getting hit, and that's why he ain't take advantage of some of the opportunities that was presented to him offensively,
he said,
wherever
why
it
you
is.
acting like Norman some kind of bum, 2 cents? Norman ain't no bum. Why you acting that way?
I mean, everybody on top rank has a skill deficit.
He got a bum, but he's lacking
Hey,
IQ,
Sin,
bro.
don't even start. You thought Norman was
Nah.
Norman got a
Exactly.
bum, but he's lacking IQ.
Time out. What did I say about Norman before the fight? It's not about him being a bum. It's about all the things and the deficiencies and flaws that I told y'all he had. And the only way he was going to be able to beat Devin if Devin was not there mentally. It was Devin's fight to lose. Brian Norman had nothing for Devin Haney but a puncher's chance, y'all.
Just like everybody in that, Devin's gonna be undisputed at 147, y'all.
Stop it.
I mean,
Course,
but
the
who's
division's
there
weak
right
right
now?
now.
I mean,
The division's
That's
weak as
it.
fuck.
That's all.
There ain't no accomplishment.
He knows.
Yeah, 147
The
is kind
division
of
is
watered
weak as
down
hell
right
right
now.
now.
I don't know why 2 cents said stop it. There ain't really no one like unless Richard Hitchison go up there or Gary Antoine Russell and they get a belt or
Can't stop it
something.
neither.
I don't
He
think
gonna
Devin
have
could
the
beat
same
Richard.
run. He gonna have the same run. Hold on.
I don't think Devin Haney could beat Richard Hitchison. And Boss Hager, we could bet on that if that fight happened.
We can bet.
I don't think so.
Devin Haney not beating Ryan
I
Garcia.
don't think he could beat Richard Hitchison.
Hold on,
He's not beating
And
Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, he can't beat Ryan Garcia, bro. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, we'll see.
I know
He
what
can't beat
Richard
Ryan
Hitchison gonna do.
Garcia. I agree with that, 2 cents.
Hey, look, Richard Hitchison gonna go in that lab and train with Shakur all day.
Oh,
and he
I
ain't gonna
like
be able
Hitchison, bro. No, I like him. Yeah, I like him, bro.
That's a
he ain't
sure
gonna be
shot
able
for
to.
success.
No, I think
He ain't gonna beat Devin. Richard Hitchison ain't gonna beat Devin. I mean, Devin Haney ain't
But
gonna beat
don't
Richard
praise that
Hitchison.
Cambosa win, bro. I mean, he beat a
but I
watered
think
down
Gary Antoine will
piece
be a
of
tougher
shit
fight.
Cambosa, bro.
I think Gary
So
Antoine will be a good
don't
fight.
praise that Cambosa win, Rich,
Man,
for Hitchison, bro.
Richard Hitchison will beat Devin Haney.
It'll be an interesting fight.
I want Gary Antoine and Boots to
I don't
fight.
know
I
about
want him
that.
to run that shit back. You know.
I don't think y'all know how skillful Richard Hitchison really is, though.
No, he's good.
Sharp
He
jab,
all right.
lengthy fighter. He cool,
he
bro.
just
He cool.
he's a ball he's
He
a
all right.
regular
He cool, Rich.
he's a regular boxer, but
Don't
he's
put
He ain't
tens
got
on it,
no
being a
bro.
pop.
regular
He
boxer.
ain't got no pop.
Don't put tens on it, Rich. I mean, come on, bro.
He ain't got
He
no
cool.
pop.
I mean, his claim to fame is fucking beating old washed up Cambosis, bro. Stop it. I mean, he ain't beat nobody yet, man.
I think Gary Antoine and Devin will be a
Respectfully.
good fight. Gary Antoine's good.
Devin
Hey,
Haney
I
was
think
Devin.
Gary Antoine with the speed, power, and aggression. I think he beats Devin at 147.
I think that'll be a good fight.
Devin.
I think he will beat Boots at 147. Boots was still there.
You think so?
Yeah, I think he will beat him just like he beat him in the
You
amateur.
think who would beat Boots?
He said Gary Antoine.
Nah, bro.
What?
Gary
I don't
Antoine
know,
beat that
bro.
dude 3
Man,
times.
see,
on the
this is
same
shit I'm
weekend.
talking about.
Nah,
Boxing Hacker is just
I
evil at
don't
this
know
point.
about that one, bro.
Gary
This
It's
ain't the
Antoine,
beyond
amateurs
delusion. This
boxing
motherfucker is just evil.
bruh. But
This ain't
it
the
was
amateurs boxing.
you're talking about the national level.
Man.
They're
Nah,
fighting
you know
for
what's
that level,
funny?
bro.
Hey, you know what's funny? 2 cents. What's that guy on YSM? He tried to tell me that that if Gary Antoine Russell go up to 154, but when I thought about it after the live, I was thinking to myself, what if Boots come down to 140? Can he beat Gary Antoine Russell? You know what I'm
Boots ain't
saying?
doing
So.
that. Boots don't want that kind of problem, man.
So it runs both ways. You
He
know what
can't
Why
I'm
the
even
saying?
make
hell would
sense.
he go down to
Let me ask you a
140?
question.
That don't
Though,
even make
Tucson.
sense.
Nah. And I'm just saying, why would Gary Antoine Russell go up to 154? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I
with
got
them
They
damn
didn't make that
T-Rex
go
on.
fight.
Why the hell would he?
Nah,
Tucson.
because we was arguing on Dean because Dean said he could beat anybody from out the DMV. Boots could beat anybody. He better than everybody out there.
So one day I have to ask though, like
I said basically that Gary Antoine Russell was the last real person that really beat Boots in the amateurs. And then that's when they start all bringing up, oh, it's just the amateurs. Can he beat
but
him
why don't
now?
they
Can he
say
go up to
about
154
Keyshawn and
now?
Andy Cruz? My problem is like people will say, "Oh, Keyshawn should fight Andy Cruz." Andy Cruz stopped Keyshawn from getting gold medal. Gary Russell stopped Boots from going to the Olympics. What's the difference? Like why?
Well,
So
it's a
if we
style
like,
difference though,
what are we talking about? Style difference?
because it's the pros now. So all that little
Yeah, but
point
people
shit
are
and
always
all
saying
that
that
shit don't matter.
Keyshawn and
But
Andy Cruz
Keyshawn
should
and
fight.
Andy Cruz still kind of fight the same. That's why.
Boots and Gary Antoine fight the same too. What's the difference in them?
No, they don't.
Oh my gosh, they're just.
I mean, it's a fight to be made. I feel like if they both swing punches to a certain proficiency, that they could see each other. And I didn't know that they fought in the amateurs and had already seen each other. So that makes a good,
It was like
that does
3-1
make
or
a good
2-1.
argument, for at least a good case to revisit the fight. You know what I'm saying? Especially
Boots
if both
way
of them
bigger
on
than
a
him,
hot
ain't
streak.
he?
Yeah, I think
that and that's why I said it didn't make sense because Boots is way bigger. I didn't even know that they ever fought at a similar weight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I figured that Gary Antoine be coming up and Boots be going down. That's like that's disadvantage for both of them,
Nah.
So
It'll be some Conor Ben shit. We don't want to see that.
yeah, I mean, well, hold
on,
because we can't do that because when Crawford did it, it was chasing greatness. Conor Ben just chased greatness. We need to celebrate it the same fucking way.
No, but Canelo didn't come down with a
title,
rehydration clause.
What do Eubanks have? He would weight drain and no
The
title.
motherfucker moved up 2 weight classes and fought for a real legacy fight, and y'all celebrated a bum for a spectacle fight that had no legacy, no history, no nothing behind it. We gave him all these accolades. You know what I'm saying? We acted like the motherfucker. We acted like the motherfucker climbed Mount Everest barefoot when he was beat when he beat a beatable Canelo.
You talking about Bud?
Nah, son, come on, man.
Y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. Why everybody act like I'm on another planet now? And y'all was just in the conversation. Where did I leave you at? Where the fuck did you last hear? What the fuck did you last hear?
Rich, you can't trust what Sin said. Sin said,
Man, come on,
who
Sin.
told me slavery doesn't
And what did I say is a lie? What did I say that's a lie?
Yo,
Man,
Rich,
but you forgot
Rich.
to tell the
All y'all
tell the
niggas be
part.
coming with
You
hurt
forgot
feelings, but tell me what I said that was a lie.
you forgot to tell the part where Bub moved all the way up there to fight his ass.
And
What you
the
mean?
You
Canelo
Nobody
forgot to
asked for
undisputed.
that. Nobody cared for that. He
you
was looking
forgot to
for a
tell that
spectacle.
part.
He skipped two weight classes full of talent. You know what I'm saying? Like he dodged a lot of motherfuckers for the illusion of chasing greatness. Connor Ben had a actual legacy attached to it. I ain't gonna stay on it because that's not what what this shit is
Yeah.
about. I just wanted to highlight it. The fact that the media gave all sorts of celebration for this bum ass nigga from Nebraska,
Yeah.
but somebody else just did the same thing just a
No,
couple
it
weeks
wasn't
ago.
the same thing.
It actually was
It
more
was not.
significant. It
No,
was
it
actually
wasn't.
more significant on his
No, it
part.
wasn't.
No,
Not
that
the
kind of man
boxing.
shit was trash.
Yeah.
Not the boxing. It was
I
not.
mean, you know, I think the Canelo shit was trash too. Canelo's really a 154, 147 that was sold as a 168 to make Crawford, to overhype the
And he was
Crawford beating his
undisputed at
ass.
168. Did you forget that part?
You know what I'm saying?
He was
I don't care about none of that.
undisputed.
What threat did he beat at 168?
He
What
was the
threat did he beat? What knockout threat did he
undisputed
beat at
champion,
168?
the golden boy of the era. Like, what are we talking about, man? Come on.
So
You can't call. You
anyway.
can't compare.
Anyway,
Canelo.
let's get into a more relevant subject, please. Go ahead and steer the ship. 2 cents.
Exactly. You know,
Because I ain't gonna sit up here and smoke these niggas
you're
tonight.
thinking
I'm
of
gonna let them have
your
their
life
win.
raft.
Because I will smoke these niggas. You already know it's easy money.
Rich.
It's easy money, especially you, boxing hacker. You just a dead
Rich,
body every day
you know
you
what
show
Sin
up to a
told me,
fucking
Rich?
episode.
Hey, Rich, Sin told me slavery doesn't exist, bro. At that point, I knew this guy had a problem. It was at that point I did take Sin seriously.
Box Hackett.
When did I say that?
Hey,
You
Box
didn't say
Hackett.
that?
When did I say that? Pull it up the clip. Clip it.
Hey,
Oh my God,
Box
the
Hackett.
gravity of slavery wasn't
Pull up
bad.
the clip.
Hackett.
I'll pull up all the bullshit. I'll make a whole montage full of bullshit that you said.
Hold on. Hey, Box Hackett, you know what you told me? You told me Usyk was better than Muhammad Ali.
Yeah, why not?
I ain't fucking with you on that, nigga.
Yeah, why not, bro?
I'm
That's a
still
good
mad
fight,
about
bro.
that. I'm
That's
still
a good
mad about
goddamn
that.
fight. Why not? I put money on Usyk. Man, Usyk nasty, man.
I'm
I'll
still
stand on
mad
that.
about that.
Look,
The
I'll
same
stand on that more
clown.
than Sin
Look,
will
this is the
stand
same
on slavery
bozo.
is fake.
This is the same bozo who told me in the same breath, same episode, 2 minutes apart from each other. Once a cheater, always a cheater. When Ryan Garcia, but give Victor Conti a second chance. This is the most lioness, inconsistent, evil motherfucker on a podcast.
I've never
And
heard.
I say evil. Like, yeah, we using that word to describe you because normally when most men are presented with facts, let me just say this. When most men are
Sin
presented
told me,
with facts, hold on, hacker. When most men are presented with facts, they accept the
Fuck
facts.
nigga Hacker.
But when you are presented with a fact, you'll look for another lie to hold on to uphold the
Rich,
illusion of the bullshit of what you
when-
saying. You'll look for as many
when
lies as
Sin
you
told me
could
slavery
till you
doesn't
get kicked
exist.
off a goddamn panel.
Yo, Rich, when Sin told
You
me slavery
evil,
doesn't
bro.
exist, you know what I imagine? I imagine he was wearing like a Trump hat when he said that shit. he was wearing a
I will wear a
hat.
Trump hat. I will wear a Trump hat and dare in your front yard and dare you to take it off my head, motherfucker.
This man told me slavery doesn't exist. The David Lynch was talking about.
Don't put words in my mouth unless you can back it
Cherokee
up.
Indian.
Because every word that came out your mouth, that I say is an actual lie that came out your mouth. Because nothing but lies come out your mouth.
David Lynch was telling me about being a Cherokee Indian, and this guy was telling me about slavery not existing. It was the craziest life ever, man.
Okay. Like I said, pull up the facts, man. The day you have the truth on your side, you know what I'm saying, then I actually rock with you and something. But I ain't heard you tell the same truth.
It was on KMJ's channel. I remember.
Yeah, pull it up. Pull it up, motherfucker.
You know I will, man.
Yeah, bro.
Wait,
you know what I'm saying? You're not because it's not there. You're just gonna hear some shit.
Slavery exists.
Man, we're not doing that.
Yeah, we're not doing that. Yeah, I ain't saying none of his dumb ass argument.
Hey, he's wearing the same Trump hat, y'all.
Yeah, bro. Ain't nobody gonna do nothing to me if I wore a Trump hat. So why the fuck you were like, what's that? Where's the laugh in that? Ain't nobody gonna do a fucking thing to me.
We're not talking about none of that.
Black
Trump,
guy tell me that
Biden, Kamala Harris.
I don't know. No, I don't know why this bum trying to sit here and make jokes like, yo, I mean, it's the weakest motherfucker on every panel and everywhere that he shows up at. And I just don't have the tolerance for this.
Are you in the U.S.?
Yeah, I am.
Are you here legally?
Huh?
Are you a citizen?
Yes. You want to call ICE?
Oh, okay.
I'll call the motherfuckers on you.
I know
Drop
you
it low.
would. And then
Drop
you
it
tell
low.
me slavery doesn't exist.
I'll
We don't
show
know
up
how
with
it got
him.
here.
I'll tell them wait outside and come get your ass myself.
You're, I feel like you're the type of black guy that'll call police on another black guy talking about I've never seen him in my neighborhood before. You know.
Nah. I'll call them on you though.
You're
I'll call them on
that
you
kind,
though.
bro. You're definitely that kind, dude.
Hey, how you
Yeah.
doing? I'm good.
So anyway, back to
let's go.
boxing yesterday. What y'all think about Mel Nicky?
He was cool.
No more mango ones?
It was
No more
White Magic
mangoes?
versus the Black Panther. That was crazy work, man. I thought he won that shit.
The who?
One guy was named White Magic. The other guy was named the Black Panther.
I feel like his opponent was bullshitting though.
I think Vito just got better towards the end. You know, I think they were, but also the opponent wasn't that good to me. I don't know.
It looked like a wink and a nod fight.
He's a Nigerian guy too. A guy born from Lagos. I remember that.
Well, it looked like a wink and a nod fight to me. But nonetheless,
like
he was victorious.
Yeah. I mean, Vito did good. I think he only has one loss on his record, right?
And the other guy from Saudi, Franklin, is that his name?
The one that Vito fought?
He looked pretty sharp. No, the other Saudi fighter.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I don't know what his first name was, but I think his last name was Franklin. He looked pretty sharp. He was long, nice jab. He was pretty decent.
Vito, I thought Vito was good. All the fights there were pretty good, you know. Abdullah Mason's fight that was the most exciting one. You know.
Yeah, he stole the show. I felt like, man, this Devin got to step on the gas, man. That's all he missing. It's just,
I mean, Devin's a pure boxer, man. He's not a boxer puncher, so he's the type of person who sticks to the game plan.
Even as a pure boxer, though, like that doesn't change anything I'm saying, though. Just because you're a pure boxer, don't mean you just stand around.
You're describing a boxer puncher, right?
Punches. No, I'm not. No,
I'm
not describing a boxer puncher. No, I'm not. I'm describing somebody that's letting more punches go and letting their hands go more. I'm not describing a boxer puncher.
Okay, you just mean you should have been more active.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. I thought like sort of which say sort of coasted towards the end a little bit, which wasn't like him. You know, I don't know if that was, just being careful, or he did pack a lot of muscle as well. So sometimes muscle makes you more tired than you normally are. So that could have been it as well. So
the motherfucker who never had muscle a day in his life said some shit like, see what I'm talking about?
I mean,
go ahead,
a win is a win. He did good. He had a decent performance.
Yeah, no, he did great.
That's just me as a fan. I'm like, come on, get him. That's just me as a fan, though.
I'm always worried about
P for P. What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
I'm gonna peace to everybody. Great night of boxing. I ain't really got too much. My biggest takeaway was, Devin Haney, man, pound for pound, 3-division champion. Running at 147 right now. He did his thing. He looked good. We got to see, who he really was. My theory was correct, even though I picked Brian Norman Jr. about his previous fight against Ramirez, where he evaded to be fresh, and it looked like he whooped Brian like he wanted to whoop Brian. So, much kudos to him. Much kudos to Bill Haney, and the game plan that they had, and and much kudos to Devin Haney himself, and and then Abdullah Mason, man, like y'all said, man, he stole the show, man. And shout out to Sam Noakes. I'm a Sam Noakes fan now because that dude is a dog. And when he, when immediately with the size advantage and the reach advantage was there apparent, Sam Noakes, got inside, got to grabbing him, not only and then he wasn't just clinching just to clinch, but he was actually working on the inside and forcing Mason to dig deep. So I thought that was the favorite fight for me of the night. And then Vito was nice, man. Vito was nice. I liked how he was slipping that jab and sending his jab and then ultimately boxed his way into a good victory. And he looked untouched in the face. So there was a bunch of good fights. And then Bam did his thing, obviously. And then, the Mexican Monster did his thing, obviously. It was a great night of boxing last night, or yesterday evening. And I'll let my plan right there.
Yeah, it was a good night of boxing. Brian Norman, man, they talked all that shit. I thought that was wild. Y'all got to start realizing anybody that's talking all that noise, that's just insecurity. That boy was on the internet every day talking. And I'm watching them do these workouts and hitting the mitts and all this other stuff. And I'm like, what are y'all seeing? Like, I don't see it. I don't see it.
And
But I
people were talking
watched.
about
Hey, two
Devin was
cents,
scared to
two
take the
cents,
fight. Y'all remember that?
2 cents, 2 cents. I watched this. I watched somebody say that Bill Haney and them been out Saudi Arabia since the 3rd or the 4th of November.
Yeah,
While
they've been out there.
Yeah, they've been out
while
there.
Brian Norman came out there a week later, they said they was already getting adjusted, sparring, still sparring when
But
they went
Rich,
out
that wasn't
there.
the issue. The main issue with Brian Norman, which people were saying, but one of them is that he's flat footed and he's flat footed. But the other thing is he never moved his head off the center line. Like even if you compare him and you compare Vinny, I'll say Vinny or Vito. You look at Vito, he moved his head off the center line. It's that simple. And he was evading, or slipping the jab and sending the jab back.
Hey,
Like
hey
Brian Norman
Blaze,
Jr. doesn't move his head.
hey Blaze, Brian Norman looked like a stiff ass 1970s heavyweight boxer.
Yeah, but
Like
the
he looked,
yeah,
that's how he looked. He looked he like one of them niggas that Muhammad Ali used to just jab the shit out of, or whatever, just all around, just move around, just jabbing his ass,
yeah.
smacking him
And what
around and shit
happened
like
was
that.
Devin
He looked
blasted him with that right.
terrible,
The
man.
one thing about it, I give Devin all the credit for that right hand. He blasted him. I don't know if he broke his nose, but that joint was bleeding for like 3, 4 rounds. The man had to go 12 with breathing out his mouth. So, shout out to Devin Haney. But yeah, man, Brian don't move his head, man. He gonna see that shit's too apparent. And he's flat footed. You feel me? And it was crazy because it was like it looked kind of like that Canelo like lead when he's lunging, he was telegraphing his left hook trying to get something,
And I said
So
that before the fight, Blade. I said his footwork is trash. His stance
Yeah,
is trash. I said
yeah,
he's too
yeah,
slow. He lunges in and he telegraphs his
yeah.
shots.
Hey, look, I
yep,
heard her
he
say
called it.
all this shit yesterday, I think on Cam J or somebody platform, and oh boy, act like he wanted to go in the fucking uproar, flip tables, and then rearrange shit when 2 Cent said it. It was the most, look, but it was the most honest and articulated critique that I heard about Brian Norman Jr. the whole fucking time. And I never said nothing about it. I already told y'all I'm a pure hater. I don't give a fuck if Devin was fighting Beetlejuice and not the monster, but the midget. If he was fighting the midget Beetlejuice, I would have did my best to train, help, and put Beetlejuice in position to beat that motherfucker. So that's where I stand with that. But Usyk called it, you know what I'm saying, and it kind of played out exactly how she called it.
Yeah, yes, he did. But like I said, I got to give credit to Haney because Haney waited. He didn't even throw a punch in the first round. He was waiting. He was waiting. And the thing is I wasn't even looking at it like it was I wasn't even having a problem with him not throwing because he stayed like right in range. Like the difference between this fight and
That's
Ramirez
even
is he
worse,
used his foot rate.
Blaze.
No, no. What I'm telling you is I'm talking about like I didn't criticize Haney in the first round when he didn't throw a
That's what I'm
punch.
saying. You're standing in range, not throwing punches. Why? That's
Nah,
dumb.
no, 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 no. It's because no, I'm gonna tell you why. It's not against Brian Norman flat-footed when he timed him. You see what I'm saying? Like he literally was defensively minded the first round to see what he was gonna throw, and then he set him up in the second round, and then he was throwing punches. But interestingly enough, he landed just as many punches in this fight as he landed in the Ramirez fight. Only difference was that he wasn't running around; he was staying in range. So it didn't
I
look
don't
like
know
he was
about you,
running.
Blaze, but if my son's standing in there a whole round, not throwing punches and just sitting in there fainting and jerking and fainting and jerking, I'm getting on his ass when he come back to the corner.
Well,
What
then
are you
look,
doing?
then you might need to listen to what Haney said going in that after the first round. I don't think we heard them. I think we got to hear Brian Norman Sr. He probably did tell him something. But what I'm telling you is what I was seeing because it wasn't a hesitancy. It was him finding range. He
You're not
found his
finding range
range.
without throwing no punches, Blaze.
He found it. This is what I'm trying to tell you. This is what I seen. He found it because he wasn't circling. He was doing a little step back, and he was looking for range, and he was making Brian Norman reach in the first round. He was reaching in the first round, and he got caught in the second, and then he just did his thing. But at the end of the day, you was right to Sen. And then the main point is there's levels, man. Brian Norman ain't been in there with somebody as experienced as Devin Haney to really be
Oh,
able
that's
to
what I wanted to
understand.
say. All of a sudden, Blaze experience didn't matter for this fight. When I
No,
brought up the experience, people was acting like it ain't gonna matter because Brian Norman is the bigger man and he been at 147. And I'm like, how do y'all know Brian is the bigger man? How did y'all know that?
Nah. Tell the truth.
that wasn't
Two
me though.
cents. Nah, tell the truth. 2 cents. Nah, people kept saying experience don't matter, and then they start bringing up all these good ass fighters, Terrence Crawford and Canelo. I don't know where you get these type of people from. Or Earl Spencer, Terrence Crawford. I don't know where you get these type of people from when you comparing them to Brian Norman Jr. That's what I was hearing.
Nobody was
Oh,
comparing them to Brian Norman Jr.
no,
though.
people was saying skills. Oh, it don't matter if Devin Haney got more skills. You know what I'm saying? You still could lose, basically. Then they was showing who had more skills at 147, Earl Spence or Terrence Crawford. But Earl Spence still lost. Who had more skills at 168? And I heard people on here saying that shit. Who
Oh
had more
yeah.
I don't know
skills at
what you talking about.
168 or Canelo or Terrence Crawford? And but guess what? Terrence Crawford still won.
Terrence
So
Crawford
that's what
had
they.
more skills than Canelo though, so that's not a good point to
Nah,
make.
So
that's no, they was bringing that up a lot, man.
I just
When it
want
was
to hear the
coming to
people
skip.
that were
No matter of fact,
saying,
I'm sorry. I'm talking about experience. They were saying experience.
yeah.
That's
I
what they
want to
were
hear.
saying.
I want to see those people that were saying that Devin Haney got forced into this fight. Where are those people at?
I
Devin
mean, one thing
Haney.
about it though,
And hold
boxing
on,
after
and this
that,
what I
you can
said about that.
BS.
I
Uh huh.
said
What
nobody
is
can
it?
force anybody into a fight, and they wouldn't take this fight if they didn't think they could win.
But
They're
this
not gonna.
is
Why would Bill put Devin in a situation like this with this hard put? Like according to some of y'all, Devin was just gonna get destroyed. There's no
Hmm.
way Bill would put Devin in a situation like that for real.
but,
Yeah,
but
where are those
that's
people at?
but
All those
why do it
KOs and
man, them
KQs
guys
and
is don't even
Sin
matter. Them guys
Ironhearts.
is them is
Oh, Sin
trash
right there.
arguments, man. Them is trash. That's the same people that
Young
said,
lady,
"Oh,
hold on.
Bud only
My
fought
fault.
Canelo for a payday." Same people.
Same people upset.
That is why Bud fought him. You know what I'm saying? Like
Oh,
ain't no doubt in that. Like, come on now.
no,
And
just for a payday, Ironheart. But
it-
I mean, I'm arguing with the wrong person. You got this one. I can't change your mind
You
on
can't.
Bud.
Ironheart
So
believes
we ain't gonna
surgery
even
didn't
go there.
happen,
You
it
bro.
ain't
got
nothing
it.
but
You
facts
got
though,
this one,
man.
homie.
Look, it ain't nothing but facts though. I'm just saying.
I ain't
Surgery
fucking with
definitely
it.
didn't happen, bro. You can't tell that
Respectable.
man nothing.
Blaze, dodge that motherfucker quick,
Listen,
didn't
like the Matrix, I already know where
you? See,
Ironheart's
you
at.
got this
Listen,
one.
that's why I like him because he's unapologetic about it. It's like we on two opposite ends of the spectrum. You feel me? We balance the universe. That nigga and me when it comes to Bud.
Hey, look, man, I'm sorry. Look, I just see soft, you know what I'm saying? And I just gotta call it like I see it.
Hey, Sin, you
Sorry,
gonna
man.
realize that at the end of the day, man, when it's 60 years from now, 70 years from now, I'm gonna say 80, man. You gonna be damn near on your deathbed. You like, damn, Terrence Crawford was a bad motherfucker, man.
Hell
Ah, you
nah.
That
stupid. Hey,
nigga ain't
look,
gonna
chill
be
out,
like,
chill out.
fuck Terrence Crawford.
His
Hey, we got somebody
bladder
new on the
gases was
panel.
fuck
Shout
Bud.
out to the angry casual fan
Oh,
on the panel. So, angry casual, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. You hear me?
Okay, yeah. What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
I mean, I called this fight perfectly. It was Haney by snooze fest decision. That's what I predicted. That's what happened. I don't know what else to say. I know Brian Norman Jr. was super overrated. It's like all of the haters of Boots, all of the haters of Haney and people like that. They just attach themselves to Brian Norman Jr., hoping that he knocked out Boots and Haney, and this shit didn't go well. That's just what happened, and now he's gonna be forgotten.
Nah, he ain't gonna be forgotten.
So
He
you
gonna be
think
all
it's
right.
over? I'm angry casual.
It's over. Who about to fight this nigga and end up like Jan Sasaki did? Like ain't nobody gotta fight him now. He ain't got a belt.
He'll figure it out. One thing about it, he'll figure it out. I believe he gonna be all right.
Yo, and what's up with all these
See,
people saying just because Devin beat Brian Norman that Boots can beat him? That's really annoying. Like they're low key trying to give.
Hacker, man, listen, bro, shut up.
No, they
Real
need to let that shit go,
Like,
bro.
for real.
They
I
need to
normally
let that
get on
go.
Hacker. I
Yo,
normally get on
Devin
Hacker,
fought.
bro. But listen, bro, shut
Y'all
up, bro.
talking. People talk like Devin fought with Boots in that ring. Boots wasn't in that
Hey,
damn
listen,
ring.
bro,
Boxing
listen, bro. It
Hacker,
ain't about that. It's about
Just
Brian
because
being
you see,
exposed.
just
Boxing
because you
Hacker,
see
Brian
the
being
Devin.
fact that you
exposed.
hold on. The fact that you're saying that, and Boxing Hacker, you know you the homie. So I'm just telling you this as a friend.
Uh-huh.
You sound like you don't watch boxing and you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
I know exactly what I'm talking about.
Because if you can look at a Norman and Devin fight and come to the conclusion that Boots would hospitalize him, I don't know what
we
you're
gotta
talking
see it,
about.
man.
Yeah, you talking
Boots and Devin are
stupid.
two different fighters. Just because Devin beats him doesn't mean that Boots
Me
can.
saying that has nothing
I
to
didn't
do
even
with
say that.
Devin.
I
Hold
didn't
up,
even
hold up.
say
Check this
that.
out.
I don't know
Hold up,
why
hold up.
you came after me saying that shit. I ain't
He
even
ain't
say
coming
that.
after you. He ain't coming after you. He's just
He
like
just
He
want to
that,
said
bro.
it
start
after
He
I
ain't
was
arguing.
coming after
done
you.
talking, so he act
Nah,
like
he's coming after all niggas with sense.
He's
just
just
want
like
to
that,
start
bro. Trust me.
arguing.
Don't take it
Relax.
personal with Boxing
Hey,
Hacker.
He just
slavery
want
guy,
to.
relax, buddy.
He just want to teach you.
No,
Hey,
really. Like
Boxing Hacker,
I heard
though. Listen to
I
me,
heard it
though.
from who
Listen to me,
Dean was
though.
saying that. Man, you gotta cut that,
Hey,
knock that
Boxing
off,
Hacker.
man.
Boxing Hacker. Hey, listen
Yeah,
to me, bro. Check this out. Hey, man.
yeah,
Devin is a boxer, pure boxer, like you said, right?
yeah.
And he lined the boy up, right?
Yeah.
Flat footed, timed him with his range, lined him up. What the fuck you
Well,
think Boots would do? That's a boxer puncher
you can't
and switch
compare.
his
They're two different
stances.
guys.
And
They're
switch
two.
his stances.
Nah,
No,
Blaze,
Boots would have
You can't
stopped him.
compare. They're two
Listen,
different
check
guys.
this out.
Blaze,
Check
hey
this out.
Blaze, hold on, Blaze.
You can't give people wins over other
Nah.
people.
But Blaze,
No, we're not.
this what I would say. This what I would say. I would say that me personally, I think Boots will demolish Brian Norman. I think Boots will demolish that. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is this: what the people that keep comparing it, like comparing it.
Yeah, I don't
Oh,
compare it.
they
I don't even talk. I only
they
talk about this because
nah
we're
nah
No,
bringing
people
it up.
not
But
no
nobody's
wait
listen,
hold
hold
on
on, hold
hold
on.
on, hold
hold
on.
on
Nobody's comparing,
We're
but
responding
y'all.
to Boxing Hacker.
nah but
Nobody's
people
No,
but
no, no,
comparing.
no. Two cent.
people
Dean
keep
was
comparing
definitely comparing
people
it.
keep
Box.
comparing wait hold on people keep comparing and saying this oh that's how you know he really ain't want to fight Devin Haney I
Brian,
mean Boots
Boots,
But
yeah.
because I mean that's how you know he really ain't want to fight Boots. Look how he did against they know what they was gonna go against if they went
but
up against
but
Boots. That
That's
don't
the
mean
but
that
truth.
Rich though. But
that's but
Rich
that's
Rich,
though.
not
But
that's
Rich
not the
hold
though.
reason.
on, Rich. Hold
Yeah.
on, listen. Rich and Boxing Hacker, listen to me, please.
Yes, yes,
Please.
yes.
This has nothing to do with a comparison, but let me tell you this.
Okay.
Somebody with no footwork, no defense, can't figure out their range and smothering their punches,
Mhm.
they're not going to be competitive with Jerron Boots Ennis.
No,
Period.
I'm not. See, that's why I'm
I
not trying. I'm
said
not
that.
trying.
Hey,
Hold on,
and yeah.
listen. I said all of this back when the whole Norman Boots was ducking Norman debacle before he even fought Devin Haney. So this is nothing I'm saying because he fought Devin
Yeah.
Haney. I already been saying this. Brian Norman Jr. would get hospitalized fighting Boots Ennis. You don't even get your head off the line. Y'all think Boots did Lima some type of way? He would have knocked Norman out in the first 30 seconds of the fight. He don't even get his head off the line, bro. Like, what are we
Eh,
talking about?
I don't know. I mean, Boots struggled with what's his
I'm
name.
not. I don't know why
But I
you
don't
put me in the
know.
category of boxer
And he'll
hacker.
do Devin the same damn
I
way.
don't know why you. I don't know
Yeah,
why you
yeah,
put me
he'll
in the
do Devin the
category
same
with
way too.
boxer hacker.
He'll
I
do
know
Devin the
that.
same damn way.
I know Boots. I know Boots will do that to Brian Norman. What I'm saying to you is, people is saying that's the reason why Brian Norman was faking about fighting Boots. Well, that's the reason why
But
Brian
Rich
Norman
though.
it
was. I
is.
don't
But
believe
Rich though.
Brian
But
Norman
Rich
was
though.
faking about him. Huh?
But Rich though, even if it ain't true, the Normans put that on themselves, the way they be talking,
Right.
bro. You see what I'm saying? It's
Right.
like me, you know me, Rich. I talk about boxing. I don't get caught up in the back and forth in that BS. But this
Yeah.
is what they got coming to them. They were talking stupid. And then Brian Norman Sr. was talking stupid to Bozy, and he kept talking bad about Boots. So this is warranted to get them responses. When you get whooped like this by somebody who they claim is pillow fist, you feel me?
Yeah.
This is what you gonna
Yeah.
get. They're gonna circle the block on you.
But
Everybody
that
from
has
Philly's
nothing to
gonna
do with
circle the
Boots.
block on the Normans.
Y'all people talk like Boots beat him.
Guess who was the man?
Boots didn't beat Brian Norman.
Blaze. Hey, Blaze. Guess who the
You gotta
man
cut
out of
that
the
out,
whole
man.
situation is? And guess Boots is. Boots ain't get on no Twitter, no X, whatever y'all call it, Instagram, or none of that shit, and disrespected that nigga not one time.
Because if Boots stick to Cole, Boots is gonna say he didn't watch it. Like he said he didn't watch the Crawford Canelo fight. He don't care. That's what y'all don't
Yeah.
understand with Boots. See, that's what y'all don't get with Boots. Like the criticism with Boots is Boots somewhere he don't talk. He don't be tweeting like that. Boots is somewhere about to beat up his next opponent. That's what he's about to do. Because that's
Man,
what he been
Back,
doing. You see what I'm
yeah, I
saying?
don't know. Maybe
So
back.
it's like,
Nemo's
but
You
you
know,
gotta
Nemo's
but
too mad.
understand, Rich.
I
Senior
hear you guys.
goes on social, he goes on YouTube every day
But
talking that bullshit.
but
You see
unless
what I'm
Boots
saying?
beat, wait, here's the problem. Unless Boots is the one beating Brian Norman, why is he getting kind of? Why is his name getting brought up when Brian Norman loses to
Because
somebody else?
boxing
I mean,
hacker, we're talking about this shit right
because
now
Brian, hold,
because
hold on,
you
let me
bring it
say this
up.
real quick, Blaze.
Because
Let me
he
say
Yeah,
this
got
real quick.
exposed, boxing hacker. Stop being
Yeah,
dumb.
he got
he got
exposed by. Oh no, let's put it in
yeah.
full wording, 2 cent, because boxing hacker don't get this. He
What's
got
this?
exposed by a motherfucker that is levels below Jerron Boots
How
Ennis.
do you know? First off,
Levels below Jerron Boots Ennis.
Jerron Bruce Ennis had a chance to fight
Get that
Devin.
in your fucking head.
Hey, look, a 140, a
First,
140 pounder, a 140 pounder moved up and fucking knocked your man's down. He was supposed to be the most dangerous guy, 147. A 140 guy moved up, knocked his ass down, made him look like
hold on,
he's
hold on.
A
Let's not
cautious,
forget
a
that
made him
Boots.
look
cautious
like he got
boxer,
Wait.
a
Let's not forget
cautious
Boots Ennis
boxer
turned down the
at
Devin
that.
Haney fight. You got
Devin Haney is a harmless motherfucker. He ain't no trophy for Boots. He ain't
Boxing
no
hacker, you
trophy for
gonna
Boots.
stop with this. You're gonna stop inciting my panel, bro, with this bullshit.
She
Ain't
called it
nobody
insider.
turned down no fight with no Boost did not turn down no fight with no
So,
Devin Haney. Stop it, bro. Stop it.
well, maybe we got a lot to do today.
We got
Yeah, man. I
King
don't.
with the T on the panel. What up, King? What's your success, King? What you got for the show?
Yeah, salute to everybody. Salute to Two Cents. Make sure you guys like subscribe to her channel. Salute to the Kings that's up here talking. I've been enjoying. I'm sorry, I've been listening to I've been watching the Cowboys and Philly game. They
Oh,
going
who
crazy
won?
right now. It's
That
tied
game
up.
good right now.
It's
Tied
tied
up
It's a
up.
21-20. They
yes, it
came
was
back.
21 to
They
21.
came
They
back.
came back. Yep. So I'm watching it because y'all know, excuse me, cough the Bears. We beat the Steelers today. We are officially 8-3. So excuse me. So I gotta, because we play Philly next week. Shout out to my boy Dean, but I'm riding with the whole team. So me and Dean is rivals right now. We beefing right now. But so my apologies. I was trying to get up here sooner, but this game good as heck, y'all. But I wanted to add in. Somebody had made a comment about Abdullah Mason and Sam and not being able to adjust. And I don't think it's a issue with adjusting for Abdullah because we've seen him fight a few variety of styles lately, and I think with Sam because he was stepping all night and going to, you know what I'm saying, and coming towards Abdullah, he had to fight him in the phone booth. He had to fight him a little bit out of range and everything else because Sam was relentless. I had it 7-5. I had it 115 to 113. I even at the fight party where I was at for a brief moment, there were some people calling it a draw. And these are individuals that have boxed, have done everything. You know what I'm saying? So they definitely knew what they were watching. It was a close fight. It was a great fight, in my opinion. That was the fight of the night, to be honest with you. But I think that Abdullah, I think because of Sam's style, you know what I'm saying? Like both of them I was watching like a tug of war, both of them trying to dictate the pace. I think seven round it was either round 6 or 7 where it was like a clear cut Abdullah round. Like, you know what I'm saying? What he did. And then Sam Noakes came back and made it rough on him again. So moving forward, I keep hearing these talks about Shakur versus Abdullah all on social media, all this stuff. And I will say I don't want them to rush Abdullah. I'm not saying he's a bad fighter. I think that he's going to defend. And y'all know top rank gonna move. Bob gonna make sure that Abdullah keep that belt for a minute. We all know how Bob Arum get down. So I think that Abdullah is going to be the champion for a little bit. But I don't want them to rush Abdullah. I'm hearing talks about unification. The winner of Andy Cruz versus Marataya will face Abdullah Mason. That's a good fight, but at the end of the day, the higher that he gets, because I think we can all agree that Abdullah is going to have to move up to 140 soon. And the higher that he gets, especially with these people that's been in his weight division that have fought different styles and everything, and with Abdullah being so young, I just want him to be cautioned, you know what I'm saying, and how they're moving him. Like, give it a minute. He has the whole world. He has all the time in the world right now to really get his footing in. And then lastly, with Devin versus Brian, I mean, we told y'all again, I don't know how many times I could say. We broke this down on Friday with me and Two Cents and Jupe, and we all just was like, Devin finna beat Brian. It's really no competition. And I think that that's what we're going to be seeing is a very smooth transition with Devin at 147. It appears that he's going to be fighting Jack Catterall. There's your Bozy Ennis and Boots connection. Because I got Devin already over Jack. When Devin beats Jack Catterall, is going to be that conversation of, see, if he would have fought Boots, he would have beat Boots too, because they're in the same camp and they train together. Like, people are going to make those stupid comparisons. But Devin did good. He was supposed to win that fight. To be honest with y'all, there was really no unless he would have checked out mentally. That's the only way Devin would have lost that fight. Like Brian, I do believe though that because prior to this fight happening, Brian has signed a multi-fight deal with Top Rank. So I do believe that we know Top Rank special. They're gonna move Brian in a way that's gonna put him back in position. Now, where that position is gonna be, I'm not sure. But as far as the sanctioning bodies go, but we know how they get down. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes to the IBF because Lewis Crocker belt is up for the taking. I think we can all agree that Lewis is kind of like the weakest link there at that division. I mean, as far as the belt holders go. So I'll be looking at something like that for Brian. I don't think it's done. He's only, 23 years old. But he does got to get his fundamentals. And one of those things is that feet. I told y'all when I was looking at that video, he stands on his tippy toes. He goes forward like it's weird. He has a weird stance. It's very wide. That's how Devin was able to split through the guard and put him down. He's not sturdy, and then he keeps his head on the line. So he got a couple things that he needs to work with. If I'm Brian Norman Sr., I'm bringing in somebody else like a Ronnie Shields. Hell, be humble, eat your humble pie, and go over there with Bozy Ennis. You know what I'm saying? Get some training in there, because sometimes as fathers, they don't, when you're trained by your parents or your parents play an active role, they don't see everything. And I think last night was very telling about that. And as far as if Devin will be the king at 147, there's three guys that I'm looking at. That's Karen Kukadajian. I know this may be funny to a lot of y'all, but Rolly and gosh, it was somebody else I was looking at. Oh, and Ryan Garcia. Those three, all four of those guys got to mix it up one way or another, and that's I'll wait for y'all response.
Hey,
You know
I
the only
want I want to say wait, I want to say this though, right? Because I heard you bring up Abdullah Mason. Yeah, I think that with the Jay Prince and the them Jay Prince ties, man, and this shit gonna get on my nerves. I don't think that shit gonna ever happen, him and Shakur. I'm gonna be deadly honest with you. I think Jay Prince liked them too much that he not gonna disrespect either one of them. He ain't gonna want to see either one of them hurt or lose a fight. You know what I'm saying? He'll feel like that go against his business. So I feel like the only way that fight will happen is if one of them break apart from Jay Prince, or Jay Prince promoting the fight itself and putting up the money for itself. You know what I'm saying?
Shakur's at 140, so it ain't even nothing to talk about right now. If he's moving
Nah,
up to
nah, nah,
140 to
problem.
fight
nah, nah,
Tio,
nah, nah, nah. Shakur said he moving up to 140 and come back down. And last time I
Yeah.
checked, Abdullah Mason, man, that nigga looked bigger than Brian Norman when they were standing next to each other. He definitely moving up to 140. Without a
Yeah.
doubt, he moving up to 140.
So,
He
Key, the only
definitely.
problem with what you said though, right, about Abdullah moving slow, he's a champion now. He can't move slow anymore. The time to move slow is over with. Like
No,
you're the
I'm
top of
not
your
saying
people.
move slow in that S. I'm just saying, okay, the boy still is only 20 years old.
Yeah,
Is the
but
such thing, but wait a minute, boxing hacker, is there still
uh
a such thing as letting him develop more talent? What I've seen in there somebody with some pop, like say, because there's a lot of talk about speculation about him possibly moving up to 140. He
Uh,
go up and face an Andy Hirakawa or somebody. That clip gonna be the final clip. You know what I'm saying? Like he leaves for defense. Because yesterday we seen a clear difference. Bam is probably one of the best fighters that has a smooth transition from offense to defense, defense to offense I've seen in a while. Yesterday was just it just cemented it. You know, ever since I seen him with Sonny Edwards, I'm like, yo, this kid is special. I've
yeah.
watched him prior to that, but that fight for some odd reason did something for me in that. So when I'm watching Bam in his fight, and I go back to Abdullah and seeing the decisions, the hits that he took, he didn't have to take some of those. And
Yeah.
I get the whole fight friendly and do all of this. He's 20 though. Y'all want him to be mentally messed up? Y'all want him to be another
He,
what's that boxer name that's debilitated? Y'all want him to be like that for getting punched on, you know what I'm saying, in the back of the head or something. He
um,
G-Man,
I
Jeremy
forgot.
McCullough.
Yes, I don't want him to be like that. Like I think he's 20 years old. Y'all know Bob is gonna make sure that he have a couple of in-house fights, easy to defend the title. We already know how Bob get down. But as he moves up and everything, the competition is only gonna get better for our stance.
mm,
Hey,
But I
Key,
just want him to be
Key,
careful.
Key,
Yes.
yeah, he should
Key.
be careful, but he
Wait,
can't.
Key. I'm gonna tell you something like this. Abdullah Mason ain't mentioned Top Rank not one time in the press conference, and even after the fight. If you ain't hear what he said, my team, we're gonna go back to decision, and we're gonna see what Turkey want next. I promise you, he said that.
Yeah, and
Oh
And
then
I'm
well,
gonna
let's
leave it.
see what he's
I'm gonna leave it like that. If you
And
can
Turkey
go
gonna put
back
him
and
in the
look at it,
gauntlet.
he
yeah,
didn't say
Turkey's gonna put
nothing
that
about
boy in
top.
the gauntlet.
He
Turkey
didn't
gonna
say
put him in
the
the gauntlet.
listen
man,
But he
in
gonna
Dragon
be
Ball Z
paid
in
don't
the
though.
play no
press
games,
in the
buddy.
press in the press conference. He said, "I'd like to thank my team. I'd like to thank Jay Prince, Turkey Island Sheik, and the zone, whatever they was fighting on." That's what he said. He'd like to thank. And then after the fight, he said, "I would like to thank Jay Prince, all that again." And then he said, "I'm gonna go back with my team and we're gonna see what they gonna say. Who you got next? What's going on?" And then he said, "It's up to Turkey." That's exactly what he said. He said it's definitely up to Turkey.
They
I
Yeah,
gonna
don't
they
know.
gonna they, I hope they don't try to set that boy up.
Hey,
no, you got
speaking of
I
you're a
Turkey,
ain't hear one
champion.
thing
You're
about
incredible. You're a
Barbara, Top
champion.
Rank, or none of that shit. I ain't hear
Yeah,
hey
one
once
y'all,
thing
hey
about
y'all,
that.
hey
once
y'all.
you're a
Speaking of
champion, you're a
Turkey,
champion. That's it.
speaking of
There ain't no
Turkey
color.
though, I got a question for y'all. Hey,
Yeah.
when Devin Haney dropped Brian Norman Jr. and he was
Mhm.
on him and the ref jumped in, did y'all think that was bogus? I thought that was bogus. I thought that was like they was trying to save that boy. Like
Oh
No,
They
the
were
yeah,
trying
ref,
to
the
yeah. When
powers
say,
that
Devin, when
be,
wait,
the
which
Devin,
one?
powers
Which
that
Devin,
be.
fight?
well, I don't remember
nah,
that.
I
Devin
remember
Haney
that. I
versus
remember
Brian
that
Norman
Blaze.
Jr.
The ref pushed
The ref
Devin Haney
saved,
back,
yeah, the ref
Devin Haney back,
saved Brian
and
Norman Jr.
started counting towards him like he did some shit
Yeah,
towards like
yeah,
I was like,
and it
nigga,
was
count,
nothing.
nigga.
I thought the ref for the
I said
Bam
count,
fight,
nigga.
Bam took a knee, his glove touched the canvas,
Oh
and they
yeah, definitely. Bam
Yeah, the
got dropped too,
first round,
then
and
they
saved,
didn't
nobody
first round.
said
even
Yep,
they didn't
yep.
even count that.
nobody said nothing about
And they
that when
didn't
he
even replay it. They didn't even
hit.
replay that part.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the rest
they
was
didn't say
suspect
nothing.
last night.
They didn't say nothing about that. He stumbled and then he used his hand to like you know what I'm saying, stand up.
Because
They didn't say
here's
nothing
why I
about.
think that. I think that they wanted Brian Norman Jr. to win because they could pay him less. Like you feel me? You know, Devin's going and Bill and them is going to command top dollar from Turkey to keep going. I think they one day because they had Brian Norman Jr. I think they was trying to get him to survive. I didn't. I think they stopped the stoppage, in my
But
opinion.
you gotta understand this, Blaze, and this is why I be trying to tell niggas on here because they think that Turkey be wanting the other person to win. Turkey and them niggas over there in Saudi Arabia, look how they start standing up when a person get knocked out. Them niggas is casuals. They like that rock'em sock'em robot type fighting. You know what I'm saying? They like good names, but they like that fighting that you knock a nigga out. When he
Yeah,
seen
they like
Brian
that
Norman knock
gladiator shit.
when he seen not Brian Norman knock the Asian guy out, he said, I want him. I want Brian Norman. I don't give a fuck. I want him because he want to see someone get knocked out. So that's why when I be saying that shit about Tank, when he wanted Tank to knock somebody out. That's why he want Tank. You don't want to see Tank lose in a boring ass fight against Devin Haney or something like that. You really think that he on the side with people that not knocking people out and all that stuff? His mindset is of a casual, of a real casual. He want to see people get knocked out. When Canelo and Terrence Crawford fight, he wanted Canelo to win for real. Because he knew it would been better for his brand. Him knocking out Terrence Crawford and then going fight somebody else. and probably
Now,
ask Faraz to be.
isn't that crazy? Now that it appears so far that Canelo and David Benavidez is about to go head to head on Cinco de Mayo. That's what's so crazy now.
That's crazy, yeah. But I don't think Canelo's gonna fight.
Wait,
Nah,
no.
nah, nah,
David.
nah, nah,
Benavidez
nah,
say he
nah,
about to
nah, nah.
move up to
Nah,
cruiserweight,
they
didn't he?
Benavidez say
Yes, but
he
he's
about to
but
fight.
Benavidez is fighting Zordo on Cinco de Mayo. Allegedly,
Okay.
Bud and Canelo was supposed to be fighting on Cinco de Mayo, one of the either in May or September. So it's funny how I'm just saying, because remember back in the day it was Golden Boy that really had Cinco de Mayo on lock. So it's funny that Golden Boy is now getting ahead of it and pretty much, you know what I'm saying, overstepping Canelo. I'm just pointing that out.
Nah, David Benavidez fighting Zordo. He said in May, right?
Yeah, I'm on Cinco de Mayo.
Okay,
They
Cinco de
taking
Mayo.
Canelo
Yeah.
date. They taking
But
Canelo date.
they said
That's Crawford's
Canelo might
date
be
now.
coming back in May.
Huh?
All right,
Then
Yep.
then they
let's see what Eddie Hearn had to say real quick, and I want to know what y'all two
You know,
cents.
they're not happy with my comments, but it's just not good to watch.
Thinking media, Eddie Hearn, it's 7 a.m. I think it is. Cold, tired. Devin Haney, talking about Devin Haney, how impressed were you with his performance?
I mean, look, you got to give him the credit because he's become a 3-division world champion, but it's just not good to watch. He doesn't want to engage. He doesn't, which is right, you know. I mean, but you know, they're not happy with my comments because I just said the truth. Like, he doesn't look. He's his eyes wide open the whole fight. Like, and he was always been a smart technical fighter, but look, he beat an undefeated fighter and he became world champion. So credit to him.
Conor Ben, how does Conor Ben beat someone like him who, like you said, does not want to get hit?
Look, he's not easy to beat because he doesn't want to fight. He doesn't want to, and that's smart. Like, I'm not saying, but it's just not, you know, it's not like, oh, you wouldn't put your guys in with him because you can't beat him. He's difficult to beat because he doesn't want to engage. He's holding, he's grabbing, he's not doing anything. I mean, after he dropped Brian Norman really heavily, all he had to do was step on him. Would have stopped him. Would have been a great performance. But I'm just saying, people are watching that. You know,
There's obviously been talks with Conor tonight and Turkey. Have they suggested anyone else other than Devin?
we're in a winner of Ryan Garcia against Maris Barros. Las Vegas, Cinco de Mayo. That's what we want.
Last thing, Ages announced Igor.
So everybody wants Cinco de
verse
Mayo,
who?
King?
I told you
When
everybody's fighting because Canelo was on his way out. So
wait,
remember
when he said when he
I
said
posed
when
a
the
question
Conor Ben.
about 2 weeks ago. I said, who is going to take over Mexican and black boxing? Now you guys see what I'm talking about. I've been hearing they about to find their next Mexican star.
But I'm saying who he say Conor Ben supposed to be fighting on Cinco de Mayo? Who he say?
Ryan, the winner
Ryan
of Ryan
Garcia.
versus
Oh, Ryan
Barros.
Garcia. Okay.
Barrios winner. So what y'all think about what he said about Devin
Man, I
Haney?
can't wait to
My
Yeah,
man
look,
beat
question
the
look.
is,
shit out of
my
Conor
question
Ben,
is,
I
man.
who
mean,
is he
he doesn't hate
saying?
I
him.
ain't gonna lie.
What does he mean? My question is, what does he mean that people are watching? Like, is he? I know some of that means the fans, but I wonder if he's talking about investors. 2 cents in
But
chat.
but 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 real quick, Eddie Hearn is full of shit. I don't usually talk about promoters, but listen, I was when you watched the fight and I bought it, and when you watched the in between that round when Devin dropped Brian, Connor literally jumped out of his seat with his mouth wide open. Eddie had his
But
mouth wide
but
open, but he realized,
but
hold on real quick, hold up real quick, Kick. Hold up real quick, Kick. I'm just gonna be quick. But and Eddie had a reaction too, but he realized he was on camera and he caught himself. You feel me? He's a hater, bro. Straight up. He's seen that. He used to be his fighter. He ain't got nothing good to say about Devin Haney. And he's rewriting history because we just talked about, didn't we just talk about the ref getting in the way of Haney stopping Brian Norman Jr.? So this should be bogus he be talking about. I'll let my
I
point
don't
right
know
there.
about that. But no, I think, and it's the same thing I was saying about Devin. I felt like he looked a little skittish in the fight. Like he was very like he just didn't look comfortable in there like that. And he did do a lot of grabbing. He wasn't trying to engage. He didn't let his hands go like that. Like I think it was some truth to what Eddie Hearn was saying. Angry Casual, what you think? Angry Casual fan, you there? You on mute.
Man, it's
I
like
can't hear you if you're talking, Angry Casual.
it's like Devin said. He was just acting like a bad ex-girlfriend. That's all it was.
I think he's
Work is
talking
not his
about. I
fighter.
think he's talking about investors, y'all. I'm not even gonna lie.
Nah, I
He
feel like
might be key, but he's a
I'm at
hater though.
hey
Yeah.
Blaze. Hey Blaze, I hate too if I kind of if this nigga kind of fucked up my money, he's supposed to be fighting under me, man. You running off of my money and shit, nigga. Lucky I
So,
don't
Nah,
had
so
but
nothing.
Key,
Rich,
I
so
don't
no,
Key,
have.
you
no, that's
think
Lucky
they?
I,
Rich. Rich,
lucky
Hold
I
on,
don't
let me
had
say
nothing
this.
happen to
Rich.
your ass,
Hold
nigga.
on, Rich. Hold on, y'all. Key, you think they had an issue with Devin's performance?
Nigga, I mean,
I
come on.
think
I
so.
think
I think that because for him to say people he I think he said that twice if I'm not mistaken. I think he does. And I'm gonna be honest. Yes, Devin beat Brian Norman. We knew it was gonna happen. But I'm gonna keep it 105, y'all. Like I think the hype around this fight is the fact that he dropped Brian Norman and he shook off whatever he had with the Ramirez fight and whatever occurred with the Ryan Garcia because so many people wrote him off, right? But that's pretty much it. The second half of that fight, I'm gonna keep it 105. It was low key boring. And I watched it today. I was unable to watch it yesterday, as y'all know. And I finally somebody shout out to that person on Twitter who put that fight online. And as I was watching it, I said, so it's a whole bunch of clinching. My question is, why was David Benavidez dock points for the yard fight, but the ref didn't dock points for all that clinching in the Brian Norman and Devin fight? You see what I'm saying?
Would it have been a different fight if he couldn't do as much clinching?
Do they have the same
Um,
ref?
Yes, because when you clinching is a art in boxing that it can also not only slow the opponent down, but it makes the opponent reset. You know what I'm saying? And get themselves and throw them off rhythm. So I do believe that it would have been a different fight if there wasn't as much clinching from both. I didn't say just from Devin. But it was kind of boring on the second half, y'all. So I wonder if Eddie is looking at that way because Zuffa and Zuffa boxing and this whole alignment with Turkey Al Sheikh with Riyadh season, they trying to invest. And as we know, Saudi Arabia just pretty much bought out America the other day with Trump and them. And now it's coming out that they having some issues with their Riyadh money, with their MBS money. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah,
think
I'm
that,
hearing
you know,
Saudi is broke, Key.
Nah, I
yeah, I'm
don't think
hearing
so,
Saudi
Key.
broke too. Nah,
I'm
wait a
hearing Saudi
minute.
is broke, Key.
I heard Saudi
I
ain't
got
got it like
some
that. 2 cents. I heard
information.
Saudi kind of struggling right
Where do
now.
you
But
hear
thi-
that
but this
from,
but
Key?
but wait, but this the
I'll put
thing
the
though, Key.
article in the chat.
This
All
the
right.
thing when Eddie say that shit, I kind of like no offense, Blaze, but I kind of agree with him. Like a lot of people, man, it's only gonna be for so long that you could keep doing that stuff if it's the fight being born. But I don't think the fight was born to me. I feel like at the last rounds, I feel like he did let up on the gas pedal and just was just trying to cruise through or whatever. But a lot of people ain't gonna keep trying to invest into a lot of those type of fights nowadays. And then you got all these people. They like that casual boxing. Like I said, them over there, they like people being knocked out, shit like that. They
How y'all
ain't
know
really.
Turkey ain't tell
Has Turkey
Abdullah?
done
How
an
y'all know
interview?
Turkey ain't tell Abdullah no Tom and Jerry? How
And
you
oh,
know
we
that?
was right, 2 cents. The ring was 18 by 18. Remember, I said I heard that the ring is gonna be 18 by 18.
Wow, that ring
Oh, it
was
was.
tiny. That ring was
Yes, it was
tiny.
18 by 18.
I
I
feel like
remember 2 cents. I had asked, I was like, yo, I heard the ring's supposed to be smaller. I said that what last week.
All right, y'all. It's 7 o'clock. We're gonna go around the panel. I've been
I
on here
told
2 hours, just that quick. Golly, damn, that time went by super fast. But we're gonna let everybody get their 2 cents off. Look for me next week with the pop-up lives. I'm on vacation next week, so we're gonna do some pop-up lives next week. So turn on your notification bell if you haven't already. Be sure to help support the channel when you see me in the pop-up lives. If you haven't punched the like button already, punch that like and subscribe button. If you're listening to the replay, let me know and drop it below your 2 cents. What did you think about the fights? At the very least, just put replay gang in the comments. We're gonna go around the panel, let everybody get their final 2 cents off. Rich, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Oh yeah, my final 2 cents is what I said earlier about Abdullah. I just feel like that. Like I keep saying, I feel like that he just need to be more patient, choose his shots wisely, and shit like that. He gonna get to that point where he could do that. Then he gonna become a beast. As far as him fighting Shakur Stevenson, that'd be the most dumbest thing he ever do in his career is getting in the ring with him. Second, I say that Devin did good, man. No matter what y'all say or I say about him, man, he did good. I feel like he's the youngest he the best boxer that's probably under 30 as far as accolade wise, as far as daring to be great wise. And I can't take nothing from him. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's it.
All right. Mr. Shelton, you need to mute. You're making a lot of noise, and I don't know why I can't mute you. Put you in the back so you can mute your stuff. All right, Rich, thank you for coming up. Appreciate you. Angry Casual, you there? Hello. Angry Casual. All right. Legs P for P. What's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
My final 2 cents. I think yesterday. I think one word would describe that card is levels. We seen levels in every fight. Abdullah Mason stepped up to the next level. Sam Noakes was a very very good fighter. Who brought him to the deep end. Abdullah Mason never fought greater than 8 rounds, and he went all the way into the championship rounds and dug deep with a fighter who forced him to fight on the inside and took his best punches. So shout out to Abdullah Mason. I look forward to what he has in store for his career. Bam is pound for pound for a reason. As we can see, he put on a clinic. And like he said, that oscillation between offense and defense is superb. Devin Haney, listen, man, Devin Haney is the best of his contemporaries. When you look at him versus Shakur, Tank, T.O., even Loma, he's the most accomplished 3 division champion, reigning champion. I know some people feel like it's boring, but it's boxing, and he's literally beating and washing cats with that boring boxing style. And the monster is the monster, man. 175 putting combinations together and, stopping his opponents in devastating fashion. I'm looking forward to him fighting another, future Hall of Famer if he can get in there with Bienvedes, Bivol, or if he goes up to cruiserweight and fight Jai. That's going to be nice. And so I'll let my plan right there. Peace, y'all.
All right, Blaze P for P. Thank you for coming up. Boxing Hacker, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Yo, what's up, 2 Cent? What's up? So with the whole what's his name? Hearn hating on Devin. I don't think it had anything to do with investments. To be honest with you, I just think he was hating. I don't think it's because when you really think about it, even if you say the fight was a little lackluster towards the end, the anticipation alone for that fight is what actually made it exciting. Like people wanted to know who was going to win. Was Brian Norman actually going to catch up with Devin? Was Devin actually going to pull this one off? So anticipation alone makes that fight exciting, even without the fight itself. So for him to sit there and be like, "Oh, well, it was a boring fight." A lot of people, I think, if I'm to guess, that was the most tuned-in fight out of all the fights in that card. As far as Abdullah Mason, yeah. At the end of the day, I hear what you're saying, Key, but he's a champion, man. Ain't no challenge for a champion. You got to take it on the big dogs now. And I think he's a good fighter. I just think he fought the wrong fight. Hopefully, and that's something he can fix in the camp or just revise or so. But I think him and Tank will be like a really good fight if Tank decides to continue his career. I don't think he's on the level of Shakur. I don't think that as of yet, but I wouldn't mind seeing that fight. I would rather see him fight Andy Cruz than Amul Tyler. Just because Andy Cruz, I think that would be a more stylish fight between him and Andy Cruz. But Abdullah, he's at 135, he's 1-1, so you gotta make it happen. As far as what Devin does at 147, I think he's gonna become undisputed. I mean, he's literally what? He's probably gonna be like top 3, top 5 pound for pound right now. I think he's going for undisputed. Pac, Big, and Nas. That's Devin Haney. No, that's Crawford, Usyk, and Devin right now. So salute to them, man. And I'm out, y'all. Take care, everybody.
All right, shout out Boxing Hacker. Key with the T, close us out. What's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Well, I put it in the chat. That is a direct link to the article. You just click on that link I put in, and there's an article he's referencing about the financial woes of Saudi Arabia and everything that's occurring with their assets not being valuable. And for people that's saying, somebody said in the chat, they just invested 500 billion. Yes, well, guess what? The European Union invested 600 billion back in June, July. And that money has not hit the accounts yet because we found out that they don't have it either. Okay, it's not We're in a global recession if y'all have not noticed. But anyways, um, so I do have some questions about that. As far as the fight card, analytically, even though this was a great fight card, in my opinion, the 1 and 2 weeks that the PBC one is putting on is an excellent. I feel like that's a banger. That's my favorite one. Um, but the analytics of this fight, if you look it up, it really didn't move any needles as it was supposed to do. And that's a shame because this was a good fight card. It was a night of champions. The majority of those people on there were champions that we saw fight and some up and comers. Shout out to Vito Melnicki. I'm very proud of him. He's been through a lot. But he will be featured on the Dana White's Zuffa Boxing. So I'm glad I predicted on Friday that they're gonna put him in front of somebody that he can shine with, so that when he fights his first fight on Dana White's platform, people will really know who he is. So shout out to Vito for doing that. Abdullah Mason, I get what Boxing Hacker and other people are saying in the chat that it's time for unifications and doing this and doing that. But again, he is the youngest champion for a reason. I just don't see Bob Arum the way that I know how Bob Arum moves. I don't see Bob Arum throwing him out there like that yet. Especially now that one of his belts is gone, the the WBO at 147. So I foresee them moving, even if whether it's with Turkey or if it's with Bob Arum, is going to be some gimme fights, a couple of fights, gimme fights for him. And I don't blame them. At least until I can see his defense, because this is second or third fight in a row. I'm like, my boy got to tighten up, but he's still a problem. And as far as him versus Tank or him versus Shakur, that Abdullah Mason that we saw last night, I got both of them over Abdullah, but I've always said that because of the inexperience. Now that doesn't mean that he can't change it. He's still a problem for some of y'all favorite fighters, for some of these fighters at 135. But as far as Shakur and Tank go, it's levels. And Abdullah had already said in an interview a couple days ago that his toughest fight at 135 will be against Tank Davis. So I'm not tripping when I say that. Um, Devin, congrats to Devin. Again, I'm happy for him. We called it. We said what was going to happen. And a lot of that starts with his foundation, which is his footwork. Devin had the better feet. Brian was slower and can't catch him. I stand on the three fighters that I said I would love to see that matchup, which is Ryan Garcia, Rowley, and Karen Kukadajian. Those are the Trojan horses of that division. Really, Karen. I'm curious to see how Karen does, because he is, I think, either number 3 or number 4 in the WBO for the running. With Brian Norman Jr., it's not done. With him signing that deal with Top Rank, I foresee him going into a different sanctioning body. They building him back up, and he's going to be up there again. Probably going to have to wait until the belts changes hands again, but he will be a champion because of his grit and his determination. And that took a lot for him to come out after the fight and say, that the better man won. So I like that maturity in Brian. I want to see more of that. Could we be potentially looking at Devin Haney as a 147 undisputed? Absolutely. That's one of to be honest with you, outside of those 3 fighters that I named that I would like to see Devin fight with, that division is kind of like 160 right now. It's up for the taking. So I could see him going in and taking over that division now that a couple of fighters are gone. I can definitely see that. And I'm really salty that we don't have a Rashidi Ellis or a Blair Cobb in the mix, because, man, 147 to be so lit with them two. I swear to God. David Benavidez going up to cruiser. I'm happy for it. Jai Opataia's already calling him out. And that's going to be a banger if they were to meet. I'm just mad that we didn't get Big Zordo versus Jai Opataia first, because we have been wanting that fight for a while. At least I have. But hey, David Benavidez got to take it because nobody else wants to fight that man. And after yesterday, I could see why. Yarde is definitely a gatekeeper of the division. Is so sad. I think really it's time for him to sit out for a minute. He needs to chill, cool out, man. But again, shout out to 2 Cents. Shout out to the beautiful chat, whether you agree with me or disagree with me. Shout out to you. It's just boxing opinions. And shout out to the Dallas Cowboys. They came back and won it. So hopefully Philly will take it easy on the Bears next week because they might, I know they pissed. Shout out to Deem them, and I'm out.
Damn, the Cowboys just beat Philly. Ooh, it's gonna be crazy on
Yes.
Kato Live tomorrow. All right, Key, thanks for cooking. Shout out to Key with the T for coming up in the building. Shout out to everybody that joined me tonight on on the Sunday, the review show. Shout out to everybody that was in the chat. Shout out to everybody that came up on the panel. Shout out to everybody that supported the channel today, whether it was in the super chat or the Cash App. Make sure you got your notification bell icon pressed because I will be doing some pop-up lives this week. And listen, if you don't want your host all in the videos, kicking you out the chat, timing you out, leaving you in the background, come on over to 2 Cents Boxing, where we talk everything boxing and everybody's entitled to their own opinion.